Every time I hear that anthem, boy.
Hey man, you might have been the only one that heard it.
Was I the only one that might have heard it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was, but wasn't playing on my end.
Yep. I see I hit the preview and not the live joint. Damn.
Got to be more careful.
Got to be more careful. Well, hey. Damn. We'll get it next time, though. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome y'all back to another live episode of the Chris Logic Podcast. Your boys are back every Thursday at 7 p.m. as we like to do. It's your boys, Frost and Zay. Zay, what's good, my boy?
You know, what's going on? We back with installment 58, people. We got a good one in store for you. But like I said, episode 58, it's playoff time. It's what a time to be a year. What a time to be a year? What was that? What a time of the year. Second round of playoffs, we here. We have some jeers and some cheers. You feel me? But definitely some jeers. But yeah, so stand up and we got a good one for you. Let's get ready to lock in.
No doubt, man. Shout out to our boys, Money and Paz, pulling up as always, man, with front row seats to the grand affair. But as they said, it's episode 58. We ready to rock and roll and do our thing. This one in particular, man, it's pretty much about basketball. As we want to try to get out of here in well under 3 hours this time. You know what I'm saying? Get back to our regularly scheduled programming.
It's not an option today. It's not an option.
Definitely not an option. Nah, definitely can't do no three. But this time, man, we talking we talking primarily about basketball, some NBA, man. We talking about dynasties, downfalls, and that boy Draymond Green in our second official installment of the Unsung Heroes saga in general. We'll be recapping some fallouts from the first round. And really, y'all know who advanced, y'all know who's still playing right now, but we're gonna focus in on the teams that came up short and what's next for those squads. We also got to talk about the current state of the Golden State Warriors dynasty. Is there's rumblings that there might be some dismantlement coming on multiple fronts as well. And it looks like we also got a resident Cavs fan in the building as well. So, sounds like my man is all things Cleveland. Stand up for the land.
Fake Cleveland. Fake Cleveland.
Not fake Cleveland. Oh, shit. But nonetheless, welcome y'all. Episode 58, Dynasties, Downfalls, and Draymond. So, as stated before, opening segment, man, we got some NBA playoff fallout. Round one, we talking about who failed and who might be next up here at this point. But, Zay, your overall thoughts about the first round. And I got to admit, this might have been one of the better entertaining first rounds, like from just about everybody, man, in a long time, man. Several series win 7 games unexpectedly. How we feeling after coming off the first round?
One of the more competitive first rounds for the majority of matchups, right? So I didn't expect 7 from the first 1 and 2 seeds in the East.
Crazy.
Didn't expect the two seed to actually lose that game. But hey, it is what it is. You can't win them all, man. And
Lord, tell me about it. You definitely can't win them all.
Joel Embiid proved that when he is healthy, he is a force to be reckoned with.
Y'all must have forgot.
He had to remind folk, and that's exactly what he went out there and did. Like, he did what he's supposed to do. Maxey is a problem. Them two have the capabilities of being a dynamic duo, but I don't know how much longer you keep them together. Like, so much health issues. Oh, and in case y'all forgot as well, PG is still PG, people. PG is a effing problem.
Big shout out to the Sixers, man.
PG has not been the issues. PG is scoring. PG is defending, rebounding, getting assists. He's doing everything he's supposed to do. For him to be a third option, crazy.
No doubt about it, bro. Like, for me, like I owe the Philadelphia 76ers an apology because I straight said, man, Embiid, it's over with. PG on the decline, and boy, was I stand corrected. I owe the city of Philadelphia and the 76ers a grave apology because I definitely thought y'all boys was cooked. I had the Celtics in 5, and that didn't age well. So, but we're going to get right into it.
Should have been. They were up 3-1. It should have been.
You know what? Yeah, we're going to get into all the 3-1 talk, buddy, because here's, oh, shit. Yeah, I couldn't. I wanted to put on my colors today, man, but I'm a little pissed off at my own fan base right now because, until there's unity, man, I'm done with Orlando at this moment, But I'm all eyes is on this damn coaching search, which I got a big disagreement with, But I just know we better fucking get it right. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey man, you can't win them all, my G. You can't win them all. Um, I knew this was coming. Like I said it maybe after game five. No, not after game five. I said it and after the play in, after y'all lost the first one. I was like, I don't know. Like, is it time? You was like, maybe not. But then y'all got them up to a 3-1 lead, and I was like, well, shit, well, shit.
Yep.
Look at
Yep.
Paolo.
Yep.
But then K stepped in and said, hey, let me put this fucking cape on. Cade is Himothy, people. Cade is Himothy. He has arrived. Cade has
I'll
arrived.
give you that.
He's arrived, ladies and gentlemen. All the talks from last year is no more. He put that to bed. Ladies and gentlemen, Cade has arrived. Cade has fucking arrived, man. I also will say Paolo arrived too, but Cade, he fucking arrived, man. Like Cade's
He
special,
sure did,
y'all.
man.
Cade's special, y'all.
The Pistons arrived with all their hacking ass defense that apparently perhaps tend to turn a blind eye to. But we'll get to that here in a little bit because obviously that was I'd say out of all the first round series, that one definitely had the most steam behind it, especially given how it went and obviously with the immediate exile of head coach Jamal Mosley. So we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna get into that, man. I am definitely probably the biggest Orlando Magic fan north of the state of Florida that you'll ever run into. So, but yeah, we're gonna get into that, man. But first, we got a couple of other teams that we gonna discuss here. We gonna open this joint up here talking about
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
what's-
whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at the comment. Pump the brakes.
That's what I'm saying. We gonna get into that, bro, because it's shit like that. It's shit like that I've been hearing, bro, and
Pop that up on the screen.
Woo! I did already. You must have missed that, yeah. But
no, not that. The one right below that.
oh, whoa. Hey, in the words of my guy, the Sunshine Scooter, Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend. Whoa. 2018 LeBron? Nah, man. No. Nah. If that was 2018 LeBron, nah, bro. Not after round one. Nah, bro. Not to mention, I mean, come on. He also got a little bit of help with a team missing 30 damn shots in a row. But we're going to get into that here in a little bit. So, yeah. And we got the resident Pistons fan. Cade had been here. No, he's not, bro. No. We going to get into that, man. We're going to get into that. And we will not let. We appreciate the chat being here. We appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. But we gonna get into this team by team. We are going to save the best for last. So first one here, probably one of the biggest disappointments in the first round. The Houston Rockets, after flaming out, and I do mean flaming out, eliminated by the Los Angeles Lakers in a 6-game series that probably shouldn't have went 6 games, considering their star Kevin Durant was out for a good chunk of time. But Rockets are at a crossroads, man. They got a choice to make, Zay, on whether it's you're going with the youth movement or we still in win now mode, man. Houston's got to figure shit out. So, chat, be sure to tap in on how y'all feeling right now about the Houston Rockets and where they're at as well. Zay, you are first up, my good friend. Your thoughts on the state of the Houston Rockets? Where do we go from here after a 6-game series loss to your Los Angeles Lakers?
It's the youth movement, man. Like that's what it's gonna be. Like a lot of rumblings is the young guys don't like him as a person, as an individual.
We talking about Kevin Durant or Ime
Udoka? Kevin
Okay.
Durant. And I think it's because he challenges him and holds him accountably on the basketball court. That's where I think it comes from. Difference of society. He holds him accountable on the basketball court. Like you can say what you want about you know the burner accounts and things like that off the court, but on the court he's a pure baller and he holds people accountable on the court. And I think that's the issue. But I think they move off of Durant. I think they like Reed Shepard. I'm still not high on Reed, but I'm high on a Min Thompson and Jabari. So I think they get if you can move Durant, get you another scorer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a friend. I'm not a fan of Fred either in that system. So if you can move off of him and get like another point guard, I'm with it. And just worry about the future, bro. Like, just worry about the future. Just build it because
Yeah.
Jabari and Amin Thompson is a good young core. Both
Mm-hmm.
big, athletic, can defend. Uh, Jabari can shoot a lot better than what people think he can shoot.
Yep.
So Jabari gonna be nice for years to come.
No doubt. I definitely concur with that. I'm not the biggest fan of them moving on necessarily from Fred because they really only got one good season out of Fred. The plan was obviously with them bringing in KD for them to be able to have the nice 1-2 veteran punch to lead those young guys. And obviously, no Fred, no point guard, never made a move for a point guard throughout the season. So that was really a big thing for them because that team, if there was a team that needed a point guard, Houston, probably only second only to Orlando, like really needed a point guard to try to make that thing work, especially with the shakiness of that team's ability to shoot 1 through 5. So are we just throwing out hot takes all of a sudden, man? KD to Boston for JB? Yeah, good luck getting the Celtics to sign off on that.
That's
but
that's what he does, bro. Just
oh, no doubt.
just word vomit.
I'm starting to see that often, but going back to Paza's comment, but that's basically it in a nutshell, man. This team was not equipped for like a bunch of different guys. Like Reed Shepard on the rise, young guy, got talent, but at the same time, he's not a point guard. With a team specifically built like that, that's not really ready for super ISO ball, you got to have a point guard, and especially in the case of like a Fred Van Vliet, decent floor general, hellified 3-point threat. You need a guy like that out there on the floor, and they clearly show with the Rockets in general. You know what I'm saying? So, Paz is a part of the crew that says KD makes his home to Washington somehow. Um, I don't know, bro, because it seemed like he just don't like being back at the crib, man. It seems like that's been like a historical thing with Buddy, man. He just don't be he just does not vibe with being back home, at least like on the 24/7 basis. He likes visiting home, but he don't like staying at home for some odd reason. But I don't know, man. I don't know, but Chad, feel free to let us know, man, in the comments and on the clips that we will be uploading. The course, man, how do y'all feeling about the Houston Rockets? Whether they are at a crossroads, I think we are in a general consensus. They need to continue with their youth movement, and yeah, they gotta do something, man. But I'm also, it's funny that you mentioned KD and leadership in the same sentence, man. Like it's a debatable concept when it comes to that young guy. Next up here is a team that had a I think they had one hell of a turnaround, even though I'm not sure if you, my good man, are going to admit the obvious reason why they had a decent turnaround, but the Atlanta Hawks came out early, clearly to one of our favorite fans' demise. I gave him a heart attack up until the final game of their series. They bowed out after a 6-game series against the now resurgent New York Knicks, who all of a sudden rediscovered how to play basketball at an elite level all of a sudden. But Hawks out early. They clearly have shifted towards a youth movement led by Coach Quinn Snyder. How we feeling about the Hawks, Zay? Obviously, they got a lot of guys that are like making some noise. Nikhil Alexander Walker. You got Jonathan Kuminga, and obviously their recent emerging star in Jalen Johnson. How we feeling about the Hawks' future after this?
I like Alexander. I like Jalen. Um, I I still don't like Kaminga long term. Um,
Still not a believer, huh?
I don't think they're going to re-sign McCullum. I think somebody go pay McCullum. A team that needs some veteran leadership to help get over a hump.
Hmm.
So I think he will be out. But I like the young pieces that they have. Um, I always like Nikhil Alexander. I just feel like he needed a shot, and he finally got his shot, and he was most
Yeah.
improved player of the year. That I called. If we can, I wish you could roll that tape back. That I called early on. I said it would be between him and David, uh,
Hmm.
Davia, whatever his name is, from
Hmm.
Portland. And
Oh, Avia, yeah.
yeah,
Danny
I said it'd
Avia.
be between them. So early on. So
Tough question.
I
According
like it.
to
I like
okay.
it. So
Now,
little
now
undersized though. Little
okay.
undersized. That's the issue. That's gonna be the issue long term.
Mm-hmm.
They center is what 6'9", 6'10". Like
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not trying out a lot of like crazy big lineups, it just depends on who you go against. Um yeah, it depends on who you go against, man. If you got the long athletes that can go hit the glass and do those extra things, it depends. According to Money, we got a breaking news update here saying that Tobias Harris has went down with hip injury, and he'll keep us posted as to what's going on there. Which, if he goes down, given his recent surge of offense, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Pons is chiming in saying Atlanta will be a hell of a team within the next year or two. I kind of agree with that as well. They just got to figure out a few extra back end pieces. Like they said, they're a little short on the front line, and you got to figure out if CJ McCollum's going to stick around as that steady veteran hand, or do you shake it up and go even younger? With another guard to fill that role for them. And shout out to Mike Brown for moving JB off the ball during the Hawks series. Yeah, that also helped out too, for sure. You know what I mean? When you're needing to be relying on your best offensive weapon, sometimes it helps to take him off the ball and free him up to do some other things. So says Hawks have to move off the former number what pick, my good sir? Who are we alluding to? I mean, I hope you're not talking about Trey Young, because obviously Young was traded at the deadline, and that's kind of where their resurgence really started, because they had the best record in the NBA after the All-Star break. I'm not sure if it's directly related to moving on from Trey Young or what, but I know that's
no, it can't be, because if that's the case, and that's what you want to believe, then it should have been that all year, because he didn't play this year. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a false narrative that you're trying to push because you don't like Trey.
I didn't say I was pushing it,
No,
but
that's what you're pushing. You're the only
I'm
one to
not.
say that. You're the only one to say it. So you're pushing it.
I'm
You're
not.
pushing it because you
I'm
don't like
not.
Trey.
I am. Yes.
Trey is a better ball handler than anyone's ever seen in Atlanta. He's the best point guard in Hawks history. It's not a debate. Unless are you going to say Pistol Pete Maravich, who you never fucking seen play? I fucking hate it. Don't you fucking dare. Don't piss me off today. Don't piss me off. You've never seen Pistol Pete Maravich play. You've never seen him play.
I'm glad you assuming I was
You've
going with
never
Pistol
seen him.
Pete. I'm glad
There's no one else. There's no one else you can compare as a point guard. And if you say Doc, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off.
Woo, you fishing right now,
Don't piss
bro.
me off.
Keep going down the list, man. There's definitely
There's no other point guard.
Oh yeah, there is.
No, it's not. Because if you think it's Spud, you really don't piss me off.
Strike three, man. Keep going, bro.
Name another Hawk point guard better than him. I
mean, I could throw out a Mookie Blaylock just to piss you off, but that was the first guy that came to mind. Oh shit! I couldn't help it, man. The thing was though, like I wasn't even necessarily. I mean, I knew that was gonna get you fired up, because yes, I am on the record of not being a Trey Young fan in general, but it does coincide. Yes, he did not necessarily play during this particular season, but I mean, you can't dispute the fact, like after he was moved out of there, they did become like they had the best record after the trade deadline. So I mean, you can't dispute that, but
You know what else you can't dispute? They at home like me and you.
Also true. Also true. But hey, they're building something special, man. They got a bright future. Honestly, if I take my entertaining, like, pot stirring petty self hat off, Trae Young needed a fresh start, like, period. It was time for him to move on. I mean, I'm curious to see what they're gonna do in DC with the group that they got up there as well, but we'll be talking about the Wizards at a much later time in general. So this ain't about to be no Trae Young hate fest, but I do like give him a call. He ready to go now. So
I'll stay ready. When you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Big facts, my guy. So next up here, man.
About that.
No doubt. Next thing we're gonna discuss here, man, we got to talk about another team. And this is a bit of an alarming one, because there was some talks and rumblings about them being in the picture. Hey, go ahead, boss. I for damn sure won't go bitch you no damn.
He probably the
Hey,
second best. Well, third because they go. You got to give Pistol Pete his.
and you're absolutely right.
J-
I never saw
J-
Pistol P play.
I know you didn't. I know
Shit.
you
I'm not
didn't.
like and I hate to sound like the common guy that hates on the old guys. I don't know if I could trust like fully like the guy's impact on the game that was impactful during the era before the 3 point line was invented. So I was definitely it was Mookie Blaylock, but I knew that was gonna piss him off though for sure. So
I wouldn't even respond if you said Mookie. Like,
but no, that Jeff Teague, no, don't get me started on Teague, bro. I got a serious like love hate relationship because I find some of his shit entertaining as a podcaster, but some of his antics he pulled on the back end of his career, bro, I just wasn't with the shits, man. Like he was like the bitter old guy that just couldn't accept the fact that he was getting older. You know what I'm saying? But don't get me started on Teakster. But back to the original point of the conversation here, man. Denver Nuggets, man. The Joker, he's on the record of saying he's fully committed to Denver, but obviously their window is under serious threat at this point. Roster's gone through a couple of tweaks. You no longer got Mike Malone there. You got a newer head coach in there, and I love the fact that people, when stars start struggling, they want to throw out those stretch stats talking about, well, they haven't beat a 50-win team in the postseason since even during their title run and all that shit. So. How are we feeling about the Nuggets, man? They got some roster choices, obviously, to make, man. But is their window closed, or do you still got a chance when you got the Joker on your team?
at the end of the day, when you got arguably the best player, you still got a chance, right?
Right,
But
right.
the this is always this is the beautiful thing, and this
Mm-hmm.
is a shining example. The grass is not always fucking greener on the other side.
Yes.
Your
Talk that shit.
downfall happened with Mike Malone being fired,
Mm-hmm.
and you will not recapture what Mike brought to that organization. The coach that you have in there is also a nepo baby. If you know, you know. He is. It's a thing that's running rampant in the NFL and the NBA. Nepotism at its
Oh my!
finest.
I'm so tired of
So
that, bro.
it is what it is.
Oh
Like he
god.
steps in as his assistant to be the voice. You can look at him and tell he's not the fucking voice. So he doesn't demand he doesn't control the room when he steps into that room. So he's a nepo, and it is what it is. And they won't recapture that until they get a actual respected voice in that locker room. And he's not gonna get fired this offseason.
Hell no, he ain't
So
getting fired this whole
right,
season.
so
No.
right, so that means that it's not happening, and they're
Mm-hmm.
going to be in the same situation that they were in before. People be like, well, like, oh, Murray was a first time All Star this year, and he averaged the most. Yeah, and that translated to a first round exit.
Mm-hmm. Big facts.
So when they were favored in the series to a lower
Mm-hmm.
seed, so
Missing their star player.
the last 3 games, yeah. So it's like it's a bigger
Right.
fucking issue. It's a big, and then I'm not even gonna go. I'm not even gonna go to the point because I actually think the trade works better for them as far as fit wise. And you're like, well, you shouldn't have traded Michael Porter Jr. Cam fits fits the system better. He doesn't
He fits.
demand the ball as much. So
Right.
I'm not even going to say that trade is the reason why.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's not the head coach to lead them to the promised land. I hope they recognize it sooner than later. Because what is Joker? What, 31, 32?
Mm-hmm. Early 30s.
Yeah, so his prime window is go close here soon.
Yep.
I can't say move off Murray, but they got to add something. But I don't know what it is. But
Mm-hmm. Nah, I 100% agree. It definitely bringing in David Adelman to replace Mike Malone. I was not a fan of that move. I don't think Mike Malone did anything to lose his job to begin with. That was a major impact. Like you just like it kind of pisses me off because it really reminds me of that shit that Milwaukee put when they got rid of Mike Budenholzer. Especially considering he lost what was it his sister died or very close relative of his died like right at the beginning of that series or brother or something like that. It was his brother. His brother died right at the beginning of that series, and that leads to a 3 to first round defeat. But there's a reason why Milwaukee's in the fucking mess that they're in right now, and that's where it all started, if you ask me. But we'll get to them at a much later date. Not a big fan of David Adelman in general, like you said, definitely nipple baby, indeed, but it's just you could kind of try to blame the whole injury thing because I mean obviously they didn't have Aaron Gordon out there, and I forget the other notable guy that was also missing time out there. I want to say it was Peyton Watson if I remember correctly, but
That a lot of people want, but he was hurt. But
eh,
he's gonna be a hot commodity.
mm-hmm.
And honestly, I don't know if you see the comment because I don't think that's a hot take. But if they were able to pull that, that works. If you can move a sign and trade with Watson,
Yep.
because Houston wants to get younger and move
Yep.
Cam,
Yep.
and you fill him into that position with Murray, they're gonna be hard to beat in the West. That's not really a hot take.
I mean that's actually a very even trade that helps both teams if they're willing to seriously consider that. Kevin Durant doesn't have to step into a situation. He gets back to where he's been most productive as the guy that is not the face of the franchise. He can just go out there and hoop, and he can benefit by playing alongside a solid offensive engine. You know what I mean? They got the pieces, but they just need to retool in general, and they can stay afloat. But this is really going to be a testament as to how good the Joker is as far as, being that guy. Can you do it, without the championship coach, like being the one that pushes you along the way in general? So, no, Denver definitely looking at retooling here, but they should have beat Minnesota without without Anthony Edwards, man. They should have found a fucking way to get it done. But shout out to them boys because it was next man up. And big shout out to Jaden fucking McDaniels, bro. Like, woo.
It's not even him though. Like that's the part that's crazy. It's not even him. Like you can say shout out to him, but
Ayo too.
It's not even it's the nigga, it's the Shannon nigga off the bench.
Yeah,
like,
him too.
Shannon off the bench went 25, 24, 23. And then went into the first game and dropped 20 against the Spurs. Like, it's Shannon. Shannon he puts pressure on the center. He's a rim runner, and he's an aggressive, and he pretty much replaces the rim running that Ant did. So it didn't change that dynamic. Yeah. That was the beauty of it. And he's not the shooter that Dante was, but he can still shoot it. And
Dwight Gobert. I like
that. It ain't Dwight Gobert. That's Baby Shaq. He turned into Baby Shaq. He did it a few times in the playoffs. Trust me. He did it versus us last year in the playoffs.
Well, I mean, but y'all did
20 games is crazy.
Hey,
playoffs is crazy.
Y'all literally did not have a fucking center. When your best emulation of a center was Jackson Hayes, y'all was in trouble.
Look, I don't know if y'all watch FIBA, if y'all watch international, but for some reason, when Rudy get on that French national team, he be facing up. He put the ball. I'm like, where is this at in the NBA?
It'd be the same shit I be talking about with your boy Franz Wagner, man, out of Michigan. Like, you know what I'm saying? For us, he'd be looking hesitant. He'd be stay hurt. But boy, when he played for that Germany national team, boy, be out there looking like a poor man's Luka Doncic out there. I'm like, where's this at? I need this in Florida. I don't need this with the damn Germany international team, bro. Bring that shit to Florida, please.
They all do. Evan Fournier is the same way, too.
Oh, don't get me fucking started with Evan Fournier, bro. Ooh, bruh. He might be one of the most hated Magic players I've ever had the unfortunate and reluctance to root for, bro. I cannot stand the fact that we cashed that dude out and he was supposed to be part of our big three when we had Vooch and Gordon. Dog, like, don't get me fucking started on Evan fucking Fournier, bro. Like,
Hey, it's funny how some of these NBA dudes, like,
shit.
They don't be nothing in the NBA. They go over there, go play in the Olympics, go play on the national team.
All of them, bro. Him, Dennis Schroeder, fucking
Patty Mills.
Patty
Mills a killer in the Olympics.
Carlos Arroyo back in the day with Puerto Rico, bro. Like, don't get me started, man. Them cats be balling. Tiago Splitter. Shout out to Tiago, man. Like, if Portland don't lock it back up, bro, he's gonna get a good head coaching job. In general, though, but for sure. Matter of fact, speaking of that, let's go ahead and talk about them right now. Portland Trail Blazers, man, probably was one of the biggest surprises this season. But the big question remains. Obviously, you got a bright future ahead with your young core, but it all hinges on whether Tiago Splitter is sitting around, is going to stick around. So it's obvious they need to find a way to make him the head coach, but you got to figure that out with Chauncey in the legal situation. But did Splitter earn the job after the job that he did with the Blazers in spite of short notice, short preparation, and having to step in?
Yes, Tiago earned the job, and if he didn't earn that job, he earned a job.
Mm-hmm.
Like because like honestly, I don't think Chauncey, especially if the case ends up getting thrown out or
Mm-hmm.
dismissed, I don't think he did enough to lose his job. But the
Yeah.
damage may be too far gone to save it in Portland, so that's also still a possibility.
Right.
But if you decide to keep him with the young core, because yeah, Avia is there, you like, oh, he's the future, but the future is really gonna be predicated off of Scoot. And is is Tiago really
Mm-hmm.
the person to get the most out of Scoot? That's the question.
Right.
But we'll see. Like if Tiago is out, I could see Splitter being an option down in Orlando as well. But because they have the bigs. But
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. Um, but yeah, he definitely did enough to earn his job. I like the core of what they have. I don't know if Drew stays there, but Drew is a very important piece of that puzzle.
I got you. I got you. Definitely concur. Tiago again did a hell of a good job, man, given that short amount of time. I don't know how the hell Portland doesn't find a way to make that work somehow. And um, I know there's a couple vacancies still open. I wouldn't mind him as a possibility. In Orlando, we'll get to my other ideas and picks for that situation when we talk about the Magic here shortly in general. But no, man, definitely did a good job. Definitely got a lot of good production. He clearly identified that they have a star in the making in Denny Advia. And I'm so happy for Scoot Henderson, bro. Like, he got a lot of shit, obviously, being that number two pick behind Wimby and just really kind of having like a slow start to his career, man. But I'm glad we're starting to see his potential like finally come to fruition and get solid with them.
I just wish he'd pick his hair out.
That's the YN. That's the movement. The Basquiat look. You know what I'm saying, man? That's what they do now. We'll see, man. I mean, I definitely like it with Dame coming back full time next season to help again as a veteran leader of the floor. They definitely will have to figure out something if Drew Holiday is sticking around because again, you can't play all three of those guys at the same time. And Holiday, Dame, and
Well, it's bigger than that.
Scoot.
So two people got to go
Mm-hmm.
because they still got Shaden.
Again, yep.
They
You
still
got
got
very
Shaden.
proud of backcourt. Yep.
Like, so what you gonna move Shaden to the three? Is that what you gonna do? Like,
You better have one hell of a front line to protect them, buddy, because that three guard shit don't work at the NBA level.
so yeah, so somebody got to go.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be Drew out the bunch.
Which is I
But
just don't like that. But
like
yeah.
Drew's the winner of the crew. Like I think he's the one that
Mm-hmm.
has to go. But you can kind of say that Dame is the nucleus. Like he is Portland. So do you let him go? I don't know.
Again,
That's what I'm saying.
after bringing him home
That's what I'm
again.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, can you do that? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, um, Scoot gonna be alright, but Scoot got to get more consistent. Like, you can't have 30 points and then come out the next day and have nothing. And he did that in
Right.
his playoffs. Like,
Right.
he has to. He can't be so drastic. I'm not saying you can't have an off game, but
Right.
you can't take a night off. It's a difference between having an off game and taking a night off. You can't
Mm-hmm.
go 31 one night and 0 points the next night. So he has to fix that.
Yep.
Yeah, like I like the young core though. Avia gonna be a problem, but now the question is: Avia only good on what's supposed to be a bad team, or is he actually good? That's now that he's entered into that territory, like kind of like
Mm-hmm.
what Kevin Love was, and a couple other players. But we'll see. Time will tell. But I expect him to be in the playoffs next year. Like they set that bar, so.
Mm-hmm. I got you. I got you. And well, we got some. Well, we have our Detroit Pistons insider here giving us updates on what's going on with the game. So I'm gonna just let that sit here in a second while I make my post here to let some of these fans of these other teams that we're talking about, pop up here so we can keep eyes. Appreciate those of chat that's like popping in and watching, man. We got some pretty solid numbers so far this week. But yeah, I mean, Portland's got a very, very bright future, man. But fortunately, it's one, like you said, one, possibly even two, got to go out of that backcourt. You know what I mean? There's just no way you can play. I don't see the three guard thing like possibly working out, and especially when you got a star like Advia, he's going to need minutes. I don't know if you could even remotely think about playing him at the four. He's definitely more of a traditional wing, you know. So exactly. So you got to figure some things out. But what a hell of a job by the Blazers, man. I mean, I know they lost to the Spurs, but you know they did their damn thing. They definitely have a very bright future ahead in Rip City. So shout out to Rip City. Got nothing to negative to think about with your team. They really overachieved, if you ask me. So future's definitely bright in Rip City. We're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna talk about a team that historically speaking, has had the definition of a roller coaster of a journey so far. But this postseason was kind of a bright spot, but unfortunately their field was saved. Their fate was sealed when they drew the worst matchup in the first round. And we're going to head out to the desert, talk about the Phoenix Suns. Their Suns set very early, obviously getting broomed out of the playoffs there by the Oklahoma City Thunder there in 4 games. So, you got a lot of overbookings at certain positions. And speaking of books, is it do we see a future still with Devin Booker remaining, or is it time to look at other things for their long-term health in the desert? Outside in Portland is slightly better than Atlanta's, but they play in the West, which means also true. I mean, and also the Portland Trailblazers from like the exposure standpoint is they are literally the late night team. Like a lot of people don't get to see them playing at 10:30 at night. It's good for us bettors out there, but tough to watch and for the exposure and stuff. But Phoenix Suns, Zay, how we feeling, man, about the state of the Phoenix Suns? Future bright, but does that future include Sir Devin Booker?
I don't long term, no. I think they moved from Book. It might be the right time this offseason, but I think their asking price may be too much for like a lot of people are like, oh, a homecoming, Detroit, given like Detroit would have to give up so much for that that it wouldn't make sense to me.
Hello, Sir Thompson.
But I think like you got to kind of go with the 23-year-old, not the who gave you 20 every single night in the playoffs versus the 29-year-old who's supposed to be the star who didn't give you 20 every night and had the ball in his hand. You kind of got to look. You kind of got to look how the writing is going on the wall. Like even Dylan Brooks was giving you 20 and Book wasn't. Like,
and that's a problem.
So Book, I think you would go give them to a guard, like, and try to build off that and trade him and add a 4 or 5 to build off that. So that's where I think, or like if you can kind of trade him for a Giannis to add to them too, it could work because you also would just go out there a point guard. So, yep. So,
are you hinting at the fact that the Suns could enter the Giannis sweepstakes here as a late contender?
Yeah, it's possible. Like a lot of teams gonna be in the Giannis sweepstakes. Like I've heard Boston. I've heard New York. Yeah, so why couldn't Phoenix? Why couldn't Detroit? If not Detroit, but why couldn't Houston if they want to get off KD? Like the possibility is endless. Like he fits them better than what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
So
man, you already know where I'm at with Giannis, man. Love his game, man, but I see a very sharp decline coming sooner than later due to the inability to shoot. My boy is definitely going to be Serge Ibaka very soon before it's all said and done. But
honestly, a good team for Book. Like if you can get there without giving up a lot, it would be Detroit.
I think that's an ideal fit. It's a match made in heaven. Yeah.
Y'all can't do it, but if you add him to Paolo, like it would work. It would work. He's better. He's better than Bane.
I
He's better
don't.
than
I
Bane.
agree. I agree. But no.
But you can't add him. I think he disrupts Houston. I mean, Atlanta. With what they're trying to build.
Yeah.
Honestly, he wouldn't want to be there.
Oh shit.
He wouldn't want to be there. And I'm not saying it's a fit, but he can still be that star.
Mm-hmm.
If Memphis really want to get off Ja.
Yeah. He definitely don't want to go to no damn Memphis, but yeah. But you know what though? The theory is sound because it's two depressed assets that clearly need fresh. Like, you know what I'm saying? They need
Yeah,
to
but
be moved.
like you think about it. You add Ja back with Dylan in a fresh environment.
Yep.
You also have Green, who I think took great steps this year.
And matured too.
Yeah,
sure.
and if you can add like a 4 or 5 to help, like Mark Williams is a solid as long as he can stay healthy.
Right.
But like if you can get like a Jeremy Grant or something like that, it fits with them. Like a scoring wing that can also rebound a little bit.
Yeah.
Who on any given night can give you 30, but he's probably gonna be a lot to give you 12 to 15 a night. It works. It would work. Like so. I like that. Actually, more and more I think I like that, and it still lets Book be the man in Memphis, and then Memphis gives it like we go build around you. So I would like that, but he would be going to we are not winning now. So his best option.
He's used to that shit.
His best, but he's been to a finals. So now he doesn't want to go back to that shit. So basically, it would have to be. It would have to work out to where somehow, some way, they can end up getting in that top 5 of the lottery and get like a Caleb Wilson from North Carolina, 6'11". You pair him together because they got assets from trading Jaren Jackson and Bane.
And that's what Bane. They got 7 first rounders.
And then if you can add later in the first round like a Yaxel to that with them. You got something, man. Like,
yeah,
you got something, bro.
Here comes the Michigan reference, but
because it's a late first round pick, so you got to now find value. And in a late first rounder, I would take a risk on a 23-year-old who's already in his grown man body. And he could kind of be like, can he be like? I think he has a better offensive output than what Dylan Brooks had at that point in his career.
I agree.
And he also can defend, and he can play that 3 and 4. So he's strong enough to guard 4s in today's game, but he's fast enough to play the 3. So
what you need nowadays, you need guys like that 6.
Yeah, those tweeners.
Those tweeners.
Yep.
And it's crazy how the game has changed because like at one point in time, you hated those guys. You hated those 6'8", 6'9", like either like a 230-ish frame, 240. You wasn't big enough to bang with a KG or like a Tim Duncan, but you could but you also weren't fast enough to stay on a perimeter with a Melo or a LeBron or whatnot. Like those guys have definitely become higher value now because you don't need as much height as you needed back in the day. You definitely looking for more skill guys. So no, man, I definitely concur with that as well. I mean, I'm not a big fan of like him like possibly heading to Orlando. Orlando they need a guard that can clearly break a defense. Like they need a major athletic upgrade, but we'll get to that here in a second. But definitely I think he's a picture perfect fit if you can find a way to get him to Detroit, man, because like he's off the ball. He did his best when he played off the ball with a true floor general, being able to like find him and keep the offense going. And obviously Cade Cunningham is the definition of like today's modern offensive engine that can take over when needed, but also has no problem like moving the ball and finding other guys. I mean, Devin Booker is better catch and shoot versus shot creation.
So like for instance, like if you Detroit, right, and you just want to make this off rip, you're gonna be like Cade's off the table, Duran's off the table, and Thompson's off the table. So that leaves you.
That's gonna have to be the linchpin, bro.
Nope.
It's gotta be Thompson.
Nope. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why it won't work. You're not trading Thompson.
You
like
have
to me,
to, though.
no, not for Book. Like Book, he compliments Book. He compliments those two. So you have to sweeten the pot and be like, look, we
What
have
else? How
expired.
else you sweeten?
No, so because they're going into a rebuild. So this is how you
Yeah.
sweeten it. You have to sweeten it with expiring deals and picks. So you got to be like, obviously that means Tobias is gone. He has a big
Yep.
contract. So
Yep.
Tobias, and I'm willing to go, Tobias go. Tobias go. And I like Tobias. I've been upping Tobias on here and in my group text, as JT knows. So
Fucking
like,
Tobias. Go ahead, man. With
so
J. Cole's a little big brother.
hey, he could be a little big brother, but he got like almost $40 million on the books. So this is
Yeah.
about money right now. So like him, Duncan Robinson, like 3-4 first round picks. Because at the end of the day, those will go translate to second round picks because how late they're going to be with where you expecting to draft at if you acquire Book. And then like the backup point guard that they got Jenkins, and then you may have to get a third team involved, but you can make it work, but you can't move Thompson. Like if I got to move Thompson, I'm not bringing in Book.
But I hate to say this, man, because here's the
Not
problem.
bringing in
No,
Book.
here's the problem. Detroit's got to make a hard choice, and the thing is, given how limited they are offensively right now, as currently constructed, you got to get ready to pay Doran, and if you're keeping Thompson around, you got to get ready to pay him. The kid can't shoot.
Still got 2 more years. He still got 2 more years with the 5th-year option. So you still got 3.
True.
Still got 3.
But you
at a lower salary. So I'm not giving up that window with him because he's the type of defender you need to go on a championship run.
I agree.
You still need
I
defenders.
agree. You
Book
definitely
can't
do.
defend, K can't defend, and you can't put it all on Durant. Like not after this offseason.
You got beef stew. You got beef stew.
No, because Stu will have to be gone too. Stu will have to be going in that trade too.
Good, bro. His ass got the NBA fucking hack.
So no, like it don't work, bro. Like because Stu's going in that trade too. And honestly, Stu should be out the league anyway. So
okay, we here, bro. Nah, bro. Bro's trying. He be trying to do his best Draymond Green impersonation. I can't stand. I know money. I know that's your man. You know he a funny guy and all, but you know.
Hey, bro. When you agree, I look at you differently as a black man when you agree to take plantation photos with your white wife.
I did not know such a thing existed. Are you serious?
Oh, he did the slave and master daughter photo shoot.
No, you lying, bro.
If I'm lying, I'm dying, bro. Like, hold on.
Standing on that. That exists. Please, I'll continue to entertain the crowd if you can pull that up and show, because I gotta see that shit. Money, what's up with your mans, bro? Where you? But nah, man. But no, going back to that thing, I think that any deal you pull off for that big of a star, obviously you're giving up at least 2 to 3 first rounders. But I hate to say it, I think Thompson has to be included in that deal, and I don't like that move for Detroit because I think Thompson's got a bright future. He still needs to figure out if he can get his jump shot consistently together. Look the fuck out, bro. Like that guy could be something dangerous, man. Like he's a jump shot away from like being like great. The dude's got a hustle. Like I ain't never seen nobody do some of the shit that he did against us in that series, you know. So what the hell you mean no Stewart slander? Nah, what? Oh, what you mean no beef stew slander? You damn bump that, bro. That dude's the biggest fucking hack in the league right now, man. You know, oh yeah, there he is. Talking about this is some news to me. What you mean it's news to you? You supposed to be my Detroit insider. You ain't seen this mess? What you mean?
I got the photos on my phone. Like,
okay, all right, then I ain't gonna put. We don't need to air it, but you know. Hold up. Let me blow that shit up there. Oh, come on. Oh, you're not working with me. Wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I can't find it on my Google now, but yeah, I got it on my phone. Like, yeah.
Wowzers.
Overalls, straw hat on a plantation.
Money, get your mans, bro. Get your mans, bro.
Actually, I found it.
Oh shit.
Where's it at? Save the image.
Shame. Exactly. Exactly. Hate. Let the hate flow through you. But nah, man. As far as
It's so small.
getting back to that though, nah. I mean, I definitely think if you move on from if Devin Booker is moved, like I'm definitely calling Detroit, man, because that's a clear fit. And I think, given that fact that they know they got some stuff that they gotta. There he is, bro. He said, "This is beyond me, big fella." That's fine. We seen it though, man. We know it's there. So yeah, man. We going to spend a block on that subject at a later time, man. But Zay, do
Nope,
let
I
me know
got
if
it.
you. Oh, can you pull it up or not?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Jake. All right.
Defend it now.
Holy shit! Oh my goodness. She said, "What in the roots is going on here?"
Yeah, yeah.
Man,
Defend that now.
pack him the fuck up, bro. What is that? What is that?
Yeah, get your man's.
Oh, money.
Get your man's money. Defend that money.
Oh
It's
man.
undefendable.
Get your
Yeah.
mans, bro. Get your mans. You also got that same energy about Stu, bro. That's some wild shit, brother. Oh shit. Now I'm not denying that piece of it, man. Just use
Talking
like
about
nice
beautiful
clean park
family.
with a river and a bridge in the background. You know what I'm saying? Little nah, man. Your boy took it back. Oh boy, went Green Mile on this, man. What the fuck?
Talking about I'm slaying Master's daughter.
Hey, I'm the pappy. Head ass. Boss, that little rascal belong to me.
Y'all be defending that coonery. Like
Oh
y'all
shit,
better
man.
stop it.
Speaking of coonery, bro, and I know we're going way off subject, but man, we got to talk about it. We got to talk. He said, "Oh," he said, "You on your own there, bro." Those was jokes. I was fooling y'all.
I was just playing.
I was fooling y'all. That's crazy. He said, "I ain't for you on your own there, bro." Oh shit! Thank you, Sir Greed. I needed that laugh, buddy. Cause
Yeah,
woo.
it's
Oh
FM forever in
shit.
my book, man.
Oh my
But then want to
god.
act like a killer and a thug on the court,
That's what
bro.
I'm saying. Well, that's what they brought me to Detroit for, bro. Yeah, you know. Well, I'm like, bro, no, man. Ugh. Like, I ain't liked him ever since that LeBron shit, bro. Like, we're gonna go back to that, like him trying to trample over everybody. Oh, he's a juggernaut, dude. I'm like, yeah, what they chill out, bro. Okay, Bron popped you, he cut your eye, man. Shit happens, B.
He said,
You know what I'm
"Send
saying?
me the link."
Look at that. The pettiness of this dude is unmatched, man. Shout out to my boy, buddy.
I ain't sending you the link, but I just tagged you in the money.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, boy, the boy said, "What in the roots is going on here?" But,
He thought I was making it up. Like,
pish tosh.
unacceptable, man.
Oh, shit. Definitely unacceptable. But, nah, we're going to close this piece on the Suns and move on, man, because we got way off subject. And I was about to go to a different subject, but I'll save that for a different episode. All I know is, the fall of Isaiah Stewart and the backlash, it's giving me Big Groove vibes, and I'm sure if y'all know, man, y'all know about the influencer Big Groove and the nonsense and the hate that he draws from our community. That shit's amazing. But yeah, I ain't gonna get us off subject, so I bring that in. We definitely pace it for 2.5 hours. So nonetheless, moving on. Now we got to talk about some of the 7 game series matchups that abrupted here, and we are going to talk about one of the surprising. Well, really, they were all 3 of them were surprising. In general, he said, I got to get on to clear the air of the situation. Oh shit!
Nah, it's not even needed, my brother.
Ain't nothing to clear up, bro. Like he
Nothing
knew what he
clear.
was doing. Oh, there's no alternate story. There's no well, hold on. Here's what really, well, see what nah, bro. You man, he stood on that. He clearly
See,
stood on that.
what had happened was, nah, my brother.
Let
Nah,
me set the record. No, bro, the record was straight, buddy. No, we didn't skip the beat. Nobody kicked the DJ table. We know what we saw. Hey, you stood on that. Anywho, another first round exit, man. We got to talk about it. We the North. The Toronto Raptors shockingly took the Cleveland Cavaliers to a grueling 7 game series, even without one of their stars not making a major impact in Brandon Ingram. But Raptors fall hard. Where do we go to from here, Zay? I mean, they are in a very interesting position. You seem to have your 1, 2 and a half, trio core together. Scotty Barnes had a phenomenal first round along with R.J. Barrett, resurging and showing that why he was supposed to be the number 3 pick in his draft. Shockingly, having a better situation right now than the 2 guys that were drafted above him. But that's another conversation for another day. But Raptors fall hard. Where are we at on the Toronto Raptors, aka we the North, after that first round 7 game series against the NBA contending Cleveland
I
Cavaliers?
think that the the only thing moving forward, if I'm the head coach, like the message has to be to Scotty, you have to be more aggressive moving forward. Like you being the point forward and being passive and that's dead. What you did in the playoffs this year, you've proven and you've earned the right to be more ball dominant. And I think he puts the Raptors in a better position when he is actually being aggressive in scoring. I like RJ showed me that RJ is like that. Um, I like RJ in Toronto, him being home in the city.
Yep.
Um, I like Bi a lot, but Bi is the expendable one of them.
Yep.
Now, unless you want to give it one more year, which is fine, because I actually think Bi is the best scorer of the three.
He is
But
when he's
he did,
scoring.
but what he did game one, inexcusable. No, game one he was fine in the first quarter. He killed the first quarter. After that, couldn't hit the side of a barn a foot away from it. Like
Bro had a hot 16 verse and he stunk on the rest of the
he had
song.
a hot 8, not even 16, hot 8.
When 16 ain't enough.
He gave you a hot 8 and then went poop did the scoop. Scooped it. Like
Not boom to the scoop.
he gave you a hot 8 and went boop did the scoop.
He reminded you that I'm not a rapper. God. Oh boy. Woo. Nah, man, that's crazy. Mabel Bryant the second. Nah, I mean, hey, man, Toronto balled the hell out. They shocked the hell out of me. I did not see that series at all going 7. But yeah, no, we're gonna get to the guy, and I'm sure we're gonna have a conversation about him here soon, because that disappearing actor, that shakiness. But I'm gonna chill on the James Harden slander on this episode. We're gonna stall him out at the moment. But nah, man, Scotty Barnes shocked the hell out of me. It's like my boy jump shooting and shot creation ability just came out of no fucking where, like all of a sudden, bro.
Oh,
But
I can hit threes now? Scotty, you shot like he hit like 49 threes all season.
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it's like all of a sudden.
Hit like 12 in this series. Like,
And I'm like, where the fuck that's been at all season, my guy? But somebody had to step up with the disappearance of Brandon Ingram, buddy, because there's still a APB out for his consistency with scoring. Because what the fuck? But nah, man. And I really like what's happening for R.J. Barrett, man, especially coming out of sorry, pause that the Gotham City with the media coverage and the media pressure that is New York City, orange and blue skies and all. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so happy that dude, humble man, laid back in his home environment, and he's thriving, man. I love this for RJ Barrett in general, because a lot of people were starting to try to throw around the bus tag, and I'm like, bro, it's the situation, man. He wasn't built for New York, man. It's just all there is to it, and it's starting to show now here at this point. So Raptors definitely got a very bright future ahead. Got a little bit of tweaking to do with the roster still, but you are set on the wing and in the front court. They got a very, very, very bright future ahead, man. They just gotta keep building around their young guys, but you got to make a decision on Bi and see whether is that long term, or is it time to move him on to another destination.
I actually have a certain situation that if they were to do it
For Bi.
for if they want to keep Bi.
Mm-hmm.
Now the issue would be money, the money, how
Mm-hmm.
it works out.
Okay.
And I'm not high on this guy when he got moved this past year.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if he was in that situation, it works a lot for them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I mean by this is you truly let
Big facts, please.
Scotty be point guard, point forward.
Mm-hmm.
That Murphy Bunting dude they got is going to
Mm-hmm.
be a stud. Let
I
him
agree.
play that. Let him get in that starting lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got it, you moving Yako and all the other
Shaka.
assets, like because I know he makes a pretty decent change. He's not cheap,
Yep.
but I just don't know if the money can add up fully. That's the issue.
Yeah. The
But
return
I
on
think
investment. Yeah.
I think Miles Turner adds a lot of value to them because he stretches the floor. He stretches the floor and gives them a rim protector. He can protect the rim. But and I'm not high on Miles, but he
I was getting
fits.
ready to say, bro,
No, but he fits.
what?
But he fits what they do. If you put him there, I didn't like him in Milwaukee. You don't replace Brooke Lopez with him. That was stupid, and I've been proven right by that.
The irony
So
of this argument right now.
it's not an argument. Like he fits what they need. Like Miles Turner
Oh
is
shit.
exactly what they need. So I don't care
That
about quickly is expendable.
very expendable at this point, man. But that I if you've been following our podcast, you know how Zay really feels about Sir Miles Turner. Every situation I threw up, boy, you said hell no, especially that Milwaukee situation.
Because they
Which
brought
you
him in to be the second option. He's not a two
he's definitely
option.
not a
Like
two option. No, we know that. He's a guy that really he's not even like a true like scoring option. He is a utility center. He is supposed to definitely provide rim protection, and that's a guy with less than 10 shots a game. You need him to be able to stretch the floor, knock down shots, periodically step up into like that three-ish scoring role when needed. But no, I concur with that. I just I had to take man, yeah, if you know as far as our tendencies and the players that we like and dislike. But it's every time I said that he was the hero that got them needed in Los Angeles, my boy Zay wasn't hearing it about Miles Turner.
because he not like that. Like he's really not like that. But when you ask him to be a fourth option on that team,
Oh shit.
it works.
Mm-hmm.
It works. He's a great fourth or fifth option, not a second option. That's crazy. And they paid him
Nah.
second option money.
But like I said,
Crazy.
that's the reason why the Bucks are at where they're at now, man. Just a series and a litany of terrible roster moves and coaching decisions that have landed him at this point. Like, oh god, don't get me started. But hold on, we're gonna spin the block here. Money made a comment talking. He said, "Nah, Beef Stewart." Going back to Isaiah Stewart real quick. He says, "Stewart's from Rochester, New York. He's not one of us Detroiters. He represents the basketball team, but not us Detroiters."
He might
The
have been
irony of you
he might have
saying
been
that.
he might have been in Detroit longer than you, money.
Hold on. The irony of him saying that, I ain't gonna put your business out there, but just know that we know the irony of you saying that. you know, being where you at currently, but I'm gonna stall you out this episode. I'm gonna chill because we ain't gonna talk about the crick. That that you
Now
see
by
more
that
often than not.
crick.
Us Detroiters. You sure we talking about Dearborn, bro? Don't get me started. Let me quit messing, man, with my boy. But how you gonna kind of live up that he said James Harper flopping away per usual. That means he's converting. He's what is it? Hold on. What's the archetype they'll say for builds like that? The mid range foul baiting free throw merchant.
8 points, 2 of 10 shooting, 0 of 3, 4 of
Is that
4.
is that what he's doing right now?
Yeah, 2 of 10, but 8 points. They down 11 going into the half. Donovan Mitchell is being Donovan. However you want to take that.
My Harden's being Harden, right?
Mm, he ain't getting. He got 1 assist, 1 rebound, but 2 of 10. So
Whew, man, that sounds about right. This time of the playoffs, second round, you know.
But Cade not Caden, so that's the issue right now, and they still up 11. So Cade only got 5 points.
And to think the Cavs had a better record than the Magic, and they have not shown me that they are ready to take this series from Detroit already. But you know, we're gonna move on and get to the next team here, and I probably should be going with them last as far as the first round recap, but we're gonna do them first because I am a resident Magic fan, and I will face the music when the time is right. But we're gonna talk about another team that should have had their answer still in the second round. We are going to talk about them Boston Celtics, folks, because what the fuck? Boston, y'all supposed to be in the finals. Y'all supposed to be the team to beat in the East, resurgent. James, where are we at with the Boston Celtics after a 7 games first round upset by those Philadelphia 76ers? Like, where do we go to from here? And I'm gonna let you cook here in a second, but I got to address the elephant in the room here, man.
I'll take it.
As much as I know we want to point at Joel Embiid and him being the reason why Philly got over the hump, in the moment of truth, man, you needed your best player out there on the floor. And in a do or die game 7, that unfortunately was this series, they didn't have JT. Because if they are, I mean, yes, they were the team to beat, and it looked even more like that when JT came back, but you lose JT heading into a game 7. Here we are. I mean, it's kind of more of that, and people don't want to talk about that because they don't want to fan the flames of the whole, oh, they don't work. Even though they won a title together, they don't work, or Jaylen Brown's really their guy because he's been more, you need, JC, if you're going to compete for a title in Boston, you need JT. That's just all there is to it. You know what I'm saying? So, but nonetheless, they could not handle the special guest appearance that we got out of Joel Embiid and him getting back to doing what he do in general. And here we are. But Zay, obviously this was a clear upset with the 76ers beating Boston in 7 games. How are you feeling about Boston after their shocking exile after 7 games?
Something needs to change, but I'm gonna say this, which I haven't heard people say, but at the same time, maybe they have. I don't really watch first takes and all that, but all the buzz I've been hearing is about Jaylen and Tatum, Jaylen and Tatum, Jaylen and Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
When is Joe Mazzulla going to get his proper ringing of this? He's the head coach of this. They were up 3-1. Mm-hmm. When do you say, hey, timeout, stop fucking shooting threes and get to the fucking bucket, Jaylen? Stop shooting. Go get to the free throw line. Mm-hmm. Close it out. Put pressure on Joel Embiid, who's not a great defender. Mm-hmm. Get him in trouble. Get him in foul trouble. Like, when does Joe get called to the front of the congregation? Right now. Because this is mainly on him. Like, we always want to talk about coaching. Phil Jackson. Mm-hmm. Pop. Guess what? Mm-hmm. This is on Joe. And Joe has to be held accountable for this as well. Because at the end of the day, whether you want to look at the Tatum or Brown or who's better and which one of one's got to go and but X, Y, and Z, at the end of the day, they are both all NBA caliber players.
$300 million men.
And you were up 3-1 with, in essence, for 6 games, 2 first-team All-Pros. Mm-hmm. And you couldn't close. Mm-hmm. Joe, this is also on you. And then you can be like, Brad Stevens, this is also on you.
Oh,
because
shit. Yeah.
You made a trade for Anthony Simons to get rid of Drew Holiday, who then you later traded Anthony Simons for what? For what? Because I'll tell you now, if Drew was on this team still, they sweep Philly.
Big facts.
Not go up 3-1. They sweep Philly.
Also true.
And they're still in the playoffs right now, probably up 2-0 on New York.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Nope. Because Drew is enough of a fucking disruptor to slow down Brunson.
Big facts.
And I don't trust Cat enough to be like, oh, all offensive load on Cat. Because then you be looking like, because Miles Bridges is so Mikal Bridges is so inconsistent. And who you taking? I'm taking either one of those wings in Boston over OG. And I like OG. And I like OG.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not a walking 20 with both of them in the lineup every single game like he's been in the playoffs.
Not enough shots,
So,
not enough looks,
This is on Joe and it's also on Brad Stevens. Brad Stevens made a terrible call as far as trading Holiday.
Yep. For assignments only to ship him right back out. Yep. It really reminds me of the Serge Ibaka trade Orlando made all those years ago, only to trade him away at the damn deadline for Terrence Ross. And thinking that we could play Aaron Gordon.
You can be built and constructed in the thought process of beating a team, but guess what? You're still not the team. Because if that's the case, you, my friend JT, would be saying that fucking Spurs is gonna beat OKC, and you are in the chat saying that's not gonna happen. So, because that Spurs team is constructed to beat OKC, and they are 5-0 against them this year. But in a playoff series with a chip on the line, I'm taking OKC. I don't care what it was in the regular season.
I mean, and I tell you, the series that we're getting ready to talk about here in a second shows that regular season doesn't matter, man. Postseason is a different ball game, in general. I know they did it last year, but at the same time, it's different, bro. Like, it's different. Another guy that we're not going to let off the hook here, just because of the blatant disrespect that was done to Jaylen Brown, is the guy that was supposed to be their fail-safe and their guy for the future that they cashed out, a $100+ million guy, Derek White. We need to have a conversation about Derek White, who, as we're talking about, that literally living by the three and dying by the three, but he shot 27% from three-point range in this series as well, too. So I know that, and you're getting 11, 3, and 3 out of this dude. Like, as a third option, that's not enough. That as the bona fide, like, the guy, the third option, got paid as a guy that's supposed to be a part of a big three, and an Olympic medalist that the Team USA felt was a better fit over Jaylen Brown. That's what you get out of that guy in the moment of truth.
Things, though.
I know it is. But
like, don't lump,
I know.
Like,
I know.
I'm just not letting you get away with that comment.
But you know where I'm going with that, because we all know that JB should have been on that team, though.
He should have, but I think for that team, he was the better fit wise. You can't add another ball dominant nigga to that, and that's what JB is. So that's what's the thought process. So team building wise, he was the better choice. That Brown is 100% every single day of the week the better player. But for that roster, that roster, he's the better fit. He's the better fit. He's the better fit.
You needed JB.
He's
to
the
go
better
out there and
fit.
play. No, man, no. You got the best players in the damn league.
Hey, did they win the gold?
They won the gold, but we know good and damn well JB should have been out there, bro. Gonna pick Derek fucking White over.
No. No. We know he's the better player. We're not arguing that.
Oh my god.
That's not up for debate. And Jaylen Brown is not the fucking franchise player.
Oh shit. Here we go.
Like, you have to stop that. Stop being a prisoner of the moment. JB does nothing better than him.
Shit. Here we go.
JB does nothing better than Jason Tatum.
Here we go.
At all.
We on the same page. We know JT's the franchise guy. I'm not. No,
because you're talking about a mindset over a skill set. You can say he has a more aggressive mindset. That's perfectly fine, but he's not a better player.
And even
he's not a better player.
Does he really? Does he really? Like, honestly, like, the only
he has a better mindset than what people would think. Like, just like prime example, right? People will say, JB gets credit for being a second seed. But I think if it's flipped and Brown is out, there's still a fucking second seed. Because at the end of the day, you got to remember, JT's a 5-time first team All-Pro. 5-time. That means he's the best fucking player in his position for 5 consecutive years in the NBA. That's what that means. So yes, there's still a second seed with JT and not JB. So let's dead that notion, right? And then it's just like when people will say, who's a better player, Kobe or Bron? Right? I'm a Kobe guy. I'm a
Yep.
Kobe guy. But
Yep.
people love Kobe's mindset and how aggressive he is. But
Oh man, get the. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. I was just reading the comment.
so
Rage bait.
yeah, you don't even delusion's delusion.
It's a
So
side effect of hunger. Clearly, that young man needs a Snickers.
so their playing team is crazy.
That's fucking insane. That's one crazy ass take. But go ahead, say.
Yeah, so it's a
Especially in the East,
mindset
like
thing.
what?
It's a mindset thing. He has a more aggressive mindset, but that's it. That's it. So Tatum's a better player. The only thing you can say, somewhat better. Brown maybe a little bit better on ball defender, but that's where that buck stops.
Yeah.
Everything you're talking about is a mindset thing. Oh, he was more aggressive in the final and has a Finals MVP. But this is also coming from the same motherfucker who will tell you that awards don't matter, right? And talking about an eye test. Eye test, when you watch them play, you know that Tatum is better in every fucking aspect.
Yep.
But instead, you want to be hook your Bucky onto this MVP of a finals appearance and say that he's better than JT. Stop being fucking delusional. Stop being a prisoner of the moment. That's what you're doing right now. He's not a better player than Tatum. Does he deserve to be first team all NBA this year? Yes. Yeah. Is this saying that JB is a terrible basketball player? No. He is a top 3 guard in this league. But is he better than Tatum? No.
Yep. Nah, I definitely concur. Shout out to the guy that joined the chat, but yeah, yeah, my man, he's a Lakers fan. Hell, I'm a Magic fan, but I mean, we're talking about the NBA in general on this on the podcast right here. So, I appreciate you tapping into the chat there, my guy. But nah, man,
and see here, it's real quick. It does just shows that how narrow-minded and naive you are. Be like, oh, you're a Laker fan talking about the Celtics. Yeah, because I can talk about everything. Just because you close your mind in and be like, oh, shut up. Like I can talk about everybody. Shut up. Like I can talk about everybody, and I talk about everybody. Like, and I don't know what you mean by GOAT. Like, never mind. I'm not getting to a Magic being in a GOAT conversation. I'm not even. It's not even up for debate. But
shit.
And I'm a Laker fan.
He said, "How is Tatum better if JB can't don't dribble out the shot clock for a miss? Tatum truly don't swing moment." I mean, but have we really seen that? Have we seen Jason Tatum like do his thing without Jaylen Brown? Who knows? The team dynamic might be different, with JT being out there and no JB, So, and agree. I mean, yeah, the best player should have the ball in his hands at the end of the game, but. I'm sorry. I just don't. Nah, man. I don't agree with the notion that Jaylen Brown is their franchise. I mean, hell, ask the team who got paid more between the two. Jason Tatum made 13. Was it 314 versus JB only making 285? And I don't want to hear nothing about the timing in the year. I mean, clearly he was the guy that Jason Tatum is their franchise guy, bro. That is the guy. He does more for the team. The only area where you could really even give JB like a true edge, and it's super slim, is that he's a better on-ball defender because he does take on the better defensive assignments. But if we're talking about game per game, Jason Tatum is the more versatile player. He's definitely the better offensive option. He's definitely a better shooter than him, and he clearly does more for the team from the facilitation and rebounding.
Better playmaker, better rebounder.
Yep.
He does everything better besides maybe on-ball defending.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. So, he said, yes, Tatum does this every year, all the time. I'm not saying that. But, yeah, I mean, but again, if I had to put my money on who I want the ball in their hands at the end, I'm going with Jason Tatum. I'm sorry. That's just it's a no-brainer there. I'm going with Jason Tatum to close the show for me. But getting back to the subject, though, fellas, here, man, feel free to, chime in the comments, man. Appreciate the new blood tapping into the chat there as well. Boston, obviously, upset after a crazy 7-game series and getting upset by the 76ers as well. Chat on fire today, boy. What? Nah, man. I mean, he does guard the best player, but is he that guy? Again, ball on, again, fate in the universe, game 7, last shot. Who are you giving that ball to? You mean tell me you're putting that ball in JB's hands to make the best decision down the stretch? More clutch shots? is that based on availability or like what are we basing that off of? You know, like what are we basing that off of here? Answering that question real quick, bro. Nick Nurse is definitely one hell of a head coach, man. I mean, uh,
Hey, hey, real quick. I'm gonna
yo,
pause you real quick because
what's good?
this is how naive that is. He said he guards the best defender.
Or he takes on the best like defensive
Yeah,
assignment. Yep, the
yeah,
top. Yep,
yeah. He does.
yep.
Hey, I think we all know that in essence, if you're saying that you're the better defender, meaning that if I win a defensive player of the year, I'm a better defender than you. So if that's the
Mm-hmm.
case,
That's fair.
why did Pippen take the hardest assignments for the Bulls?
Oh, you don't want to have that conversation, boy. Don't get me started.
Answer
You
that,
know my
smart guy.
stance. Hey,
Answer that, smart guy.
you know my stance.
So
No
that
pip,
that
no
that
chip.
notion means nothing. Means nothing. He takes on the best assignment. Yeah, so did Pippen. But the defensive player of the year was Jordan. So that means that
Which
Jordan
is
was the better
insane to
defender.
me. Which is
So,
insane to me, right?
but carry on.
No pip, no chip. You know where I stand on that. But that I love when that conversation comes up, man. Because yeah, nonetheless. But nah, man. I ain't gonna keep spinning the wheels on this one. He shut Luca down. It's crazy work. But answering your question, man, Nick Nurse, I think is one of the best like head coaches in the league in general, man. I mean, again, to have a team continuing to contend after winning an NBA championship and unjustly being jettisoned from Toronto, if you ask me, Nick Nurse is definitely that dude and has proven that he can definitely get the best out of a team. Because I think Philadelphia was like on the rapid decline, but he got that roster right as far as who needed to be where role wise and definition wise. I definitely I'm a big time Nick Nurse fan. He says they're scoring around the same, but let me break down this Bulls point. Do you think,
There's
bro?
nothing
We
to
gonna
break down. There's nothing to break down. Continue. Continue.
Gotcha. Well, we gonna transition into the last part of this joint here, man. We gonna bring it up here because I know all y'all been ready for me to face the music, and it's that time. If you were not been paying attention, my beloved Orlando Magic bit the dust in a epic meltdown after having a 3-1 lead. We lost that, and obviously Jamal Mosley was jettisoned shortly after here. Zay, I'm gonna let you go first because I know Cade's your guy, and obviously I gotta be here to face the music, and you already know I got everything all Orlando Magic here on deck, man. But your thoughts on where the Magic are at after the meltdown and the 3-1 lead being coughed up there. Here, well, we got some more talk here. He says Scotty gave you triple double merchant like JTJB is the Jordan. Get the bucket, defend them up. As the Red Skull told Captain America in Captain America: The First Avenger, "You are deluded, Captain. Deluded." But nonetheless, getting back on subject here, we got to keep rolling here. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna let
So
Zay go first, bro, because I got a lot to unpack with the Orlando
yeah,
Magic. So
so Paolo is here. That's evident. That's what we got out of the series. Paolo has arrived. He's ready for the stage. The rest of the team isn't. I said it earlier. They need like a true distributing point guard. I think that's what they're missing. I like Suggs, but not as the primary ball handler. It may be time to move on from Franz, but I like Franz, but it may be time for a change of scenery. So Mosley also had to go with collapsing off a 3-1. I kind of said he may be on the chopping block after the play-in loss. But yeah, it's Wendell Carter probably got to get ready to go too. Um, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a lot of movement. I think the only two people that's like safe is gonna be Bane and Paolo this offseason. So
I see all the forces have aligned for me to get fired up about talking about the Magic. As here comes Sir Rutherford talking about pour one out for the Magic. You would show up right before I got to get ready to address this shit, wouldn't you? Zay, I definitely like a lot of your points, but when it comes to Jamal Mosley. I got to respectfully disagree with that and what a lot of the Orlando Magic fan base has to say because there's been shit talking all damn year. Mosley needs to go. He sucks. His rotations. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not watched the Orlando Magic and paid attention to them, the number one problem with this team is health and injuries and being available. Their core in regards to their guys, Paulo Banchero, Franz Wagner, Jalen Suggs. You could throw Desmond Bain, but he really hasn't been there longer than this group. As of the past 2 seasons, that group, that trio I just mentioned, Banchero, Franz, and Suggs, they played less than 40 games together in the last 2 seasons. When they all were healthy, like playing consistently, that was in Paulo's second season, and they took the Cavs to a 7-game series 2 years ago in the postseason. And when they finally come together and are healthy, they stunk it up against Philadelphia in the play-in game. They beat the holy hell out of the Charlotte Hornets team that was red hot at that very minute and had a legit shot to get to the postseason. And they took a commanding lead against the. They took a commanding lead. They took a 3-1 lead against Detroit. Let's be honest, they should have beat Detroit, but there was one big thing missing from this team during that stretch, and it came down to simply kind of the same thing that Boston faced in this thing. They lost their kinda. They lost one of their best players, but not their best player. Franz is definitely a guy that, when healthy, can impact the game like significantly. They have him out there in any one of those 3 games. That series is over with possibly in 5 games, definitely in 6 games if he's there in Orlando. If he plays in that game 6, that offense doesn't go to shit in the fashion that it did because Franz is a very skilled and very solid guy that can do a lot of good things with the ball. Obviously, they lost. Paulo, like you said, has arrived. He's that guy. He's proven that now. I'm not a fan of the firing of Jamal Mosley. I mean, if we're going to be honest, he never had his team, or at least his core, fully healthy to really see what he could do as the head coach. 40 games in 160 plus games? That's not enough to get all your guys out there. Those guys combined are making up 65% of the salary cap, and you only got 40 games out of them, under 40 games out of them over the last 2 seasons. It's not enough time. You got roles constantly changing. You got guys like Jalen Suggs playing out of position. He's a good guard, but he's not a guy that can he's not a guy that can break down a defense. He is a 3-and-D guard, an upgraded version of a Marcus Smart at best. Like that's who he is. He's the heart and soul guy. He's the hustle guy that could take on the crazy defensive assignment. They got a lot of work to do with this roster here. You have to reevaluate what's going on with Franz. I mean, because clearly he has not been able to stay healthy during the majority of his tenure, especially the last 3 years in Orlando. Jalen Suggs, for what he's making, you have the tough decision to make there too. I like keeping him around. I just don't like the ball in his hands. He's definitely a 3-and-D catch and shoot defensive guard. I mean, you saw it several times against the Pistons. He couldn't turn the corner against anybody. He cannot get downhill. He can catch and shoot, but he cannot. That's a lot of responsibility for a guy with a limited skill set. You're relying on him to handle the ball, take on the best defensive perimeter assignment, shoot threes, and that's not his game, bro. The Inside the NBA team brought up a very good point. Like, if they had a guy that could literally break down the defense and go get his own bucket at any given moment, or at least be able to get to the rim, put pressure on the defense, like they were able to do when they had Franz, because Franz actually had the ability to do that, because he's not just go up and draw fouls. He's got the footwork, the Euro game, and other things that he can do with the ball. Yeah, I think that he was a major missing piece, but they got some upgrades to do. Our number one needs, we clearly need a true point guard because we've never had it. It's pretty sad. The closest thing we've had to a true point guard during this recent group in Orlando is Markelle Fultz. And he's out the league now. That's pretty, Cole Anthony, not that guy. Corey Joseph, washed up veteran. We have to get a legit point guard. That's got to be the number one focus.
Jones was too young. He wasn't. Yeah. Like, Jones now would benefit y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But not at that time. So
No, definitely. So, we definitely need like a legit point guard. There's been a couple names thrown out there. Like I heard some people talk about Kobe White. I do like Kobe White if we are able to get a hold of him, but
I don't
Magic
think he
fan
fixes
base.
what y'all need though.
No, no, no.
Y'all need
Because
a distributor. He's a
well,
scoring guard. He's a
we need
combo.
we need this guy like right now. They need to find a way to get this damn deal done because given his current state with his current team, he's low hanging fruit, and now's the time to call. And it's the same team that we made a trade with last offseason. We need to call the Memphis Grizzlies and find a way to get John Morant down to Orlando. I think he helps that team immediately turn the curve because he can still put pressure on the defense and help that team out significantly. At least if you're talking about an immediate answer, because there's the other guys that we could really use, like the Tyrese Maxeys of the world or anybody else like of that young aspiring guard that's like on the fringe of being a star. We can't get them. We're making guys are making too much money. We're not gonna be able to get them. If we can find a way to get Ja, I think Ja could definitely help that team out immediately and be the answer that they need at the point guard position in general. So, and the reason why I'm saying that again, I saw against Detroit, we could not do shit when their defense was set. We need a guy that can get downfield and turn that corner and again open up the floor for everybody else. Center position, you got a tough choice to make. Either because don't get me wrong, Wendell Carter's been up and down since he's been in Orlando. But ladies and gentlemen, you cannot deny the job that the guy did defensively on Jalen Duren in that first round and the impact that he had defensively. Can't deny that. Because guess who's struggling now and has allowed him to average a double double in this current series? Cleveland's supposed to have a better front line than us, but why is he back to getting his?
You can't say average a double double. He did
I
it
know it's
one
only one
time.
game, but still though, he didn't do that against us. He did not have. He was under double. He was over double digit rebounds against us damn near the whole series, with the exception of that game 7. So, he's going to shockingly he's looking like himself again against Cleveland, who supposedly has a better front line than what we do in Orlando. So that's another subject for another day. But Magic's got to find a way. They got to get an upgraded point guard. Might have to make a move at center and then address the other pieces as well. But for the love of God, the 3 fucking names I keep hearing thrown out there for head coaching, it needs to stop. I don't want to hear it. Don't talk to me about no damn Tom Thibodeau. We are an injury-prone team, and Tom Thibodeau is known for running his fucking players into the ground. We don't need Tibbs. That has to stop. Tibbs ain't the answer. How many damn red flags and bad stops do you need out of Tom Thibodeau between the Timberwolves, the Bulls, the Knicks? Tom Thibodeau's not the answer. Don't talk to me about Mike Budenholzer. Known for you wanted to fire Mosley because he lost a 3-1 lead and coughed up series in the first round. Guess what? Since their championship, that's all that Mike Budenholzer did when he was at the helm in Milwaukee. And for the love of God, I don't want to hear a goddamn thing mentioned about Billy Donovan. He is washed up as a head coach. Don't talk to me about the Chicago Bulls situation. Oh, he didn't have the roster. He didn't have the players. Bad. Yeah, I don't want to hear that. What has Billy Donovan done as a head coach since 10 years ago when he gave up that 3-1 lead at the helm at OKC and they lost to the Warriors? What has he done since then? Guy hasn't done shit in 10 years as a head coach. Don't talk to me about Billy Donovan. We need to go a different route. And the guy that my pick right now, we need to find a way to make it work, is Sam Cassell. Sam Cassell is the guy that needs to be brought in as the head coach as well. Reason why I say that, you want to get more out of some of those younger guys? Look at Sam Cassell's record. 4 championships, 3 as a player, 1 as an assistant coach. And it's on the record that the guy has been very key in the development of players like Tyrese Maxey, like Anthony Edwards, like the Joker. You want to make a difference? You want to get guys to buy in? Bring in Sam Cassell. He's the guy. He's the answer at head coach. Orlando needs to find a way to get that shit done and bring him in. He is the guy. So, and I'm sorry, CJ Harris, man. I know you've been over there like lighting it up in the comments, but yeah. Appreciate you. But Orlando could have beat Detroit. Franz was the difference maker, man. But I think if Franz is there, we win in 5 or 6. But injuries is a part of the game, as they say. So, we can't do much.
So you're saying they should keep Franz?
I'm torn. I think you need to, because one, if you dump Franz, you gotta find a way to dump Mo Wagner too, because the brothers pretty much are going to be committed to playing together. So
it don't matter what they want to do. It's
obviously,
their contract. So.
But the thing is, though, it depends. I mean, if the right deal comes along, you entertain moving Franz, but that's one hell of a hefty contract that you're going to have to move, because that's 192 million that you're gonna have to find a way to move if you're gonna move on from him. So I like Franz's game, but health is a major concern, and you already know whoever you talk to, you're going to not get the best return on investment if you try to move on from him. That's just all there is to it. You talking about guys making 192 million, ain't made the All Star team, no NBA All NBA nods. That's a tall order to try to test the trade market for, but who knows? You might
Hey
find a
man,
desperate team that
hey man, that don't
will
mean
be
nothing no
doing it.
more. Not these days.
What you mean?
That don't mean nothing no more. Not these days.
What you mean,
Yeah,
bro?
everybody getting paid. Y'all gave up 4 first round picks for someone with the same type of background. So
You
no
talking about with
NBA
us for trading for
nods.
Bane? You mean?
Yep. No.
But you know why we traded for Desmond Bain,
Oh, I
bro?
know why you traded for Bane. But what I'm saying is that haul, you don't have to have all those accolades to get that type of haul.
Well, yeah, true. You also have to have the perfect set of circumstances when you got to get rid of a dog shit contract and Katavious Caldwell Pope on top of that. Yeah, you might be able to stumble in the first 4 first round picks. God damn.
Go trade them. Go trade Franz to Sacramento for Zach LaVine to get those 4 picks.
Yeah, we are not about to be the Bulls Southeast. No thanks. Because somehow, some way, DeMar DeRozan go find his fucking way down there
Nah,
too,
Demar,
bro. The
Demar,
boys is
Demar need to be
inseparable.
done.
DeMar, it's
Demar
time
need
for
to be
DeMar,
done.
bro. Yeah,
Like
it's
going 20, give you 20, then give you 5, give you 15, then give you 2, to give you 3, give you 5, give you 20. No, it's done for Demar.
yeah. Yeah, man. It's nah, Orlando, man, I hate where we're at right now. I really hate that it unfolded like that, but we got some tough answers to address, but it starts with the head coach, and it better be Sam Cassell or even Micah Nori. Do not go with one of these burnt out options, bro. Like, stop talking about Tibbs. And even with Billy Donovan, motherfuckers don't even remember 2007. He was supposed to be there when we had Dwight and the boys, and he had the job for 5 days. And he started talking about, oh, I'm homesick. I want to go back to Florida, and they let him out of his contract. So you mean to tell me, man, we gonna be gluttons for punishment, become the laughing stock for spinning the block on a guy that burned us 2 decades ago?
He not
Why
home.
not? Why not?
He not homesick no more, bro.
Yeah, he old as shit now. That's what it is. Boy, he did shit since he was at Florida, man. Like, no, Billy Donovan, fuck no, not in favor of it, bro. Like, but you know what, man? Orlando be the fucking franchise to be on some bullshit. Nah, no, bro. Like, we can't go Tibbs, bro. Especially if we keep this roster intact as it's currently constructed, we're going backwards with Tibbs, bro. Like, we'll play phenomenal defense. We'll still look lost on offense, and we'll probably lose like Jalen Suggs by the All Star deadline or the All Star weekend next year. And same with Franz, bro. Like, no, Tibbs, fuck, no. Like, no, nope, not in favor of it. No. But unfortunately, in today's world, I got a bad feeling that Paz is right. That's probably what they're gonna do because they need to make a splash. So,
But y'all got to be tougher.
of course, you got
Shorter rotation. More prone to injury on an injury prone roster.
don't use your young guys. Don't use your youth. Just, I hate this feeling, bro. I feel like I feel like a like I'm awaiting like a death row sentence or shit, or like a waiting trial or some shit, bro. Like I really don't like being in this fucking position, but we're gonna see what happens. Sam Cassell's endorsed by me. That's the guy that they need. He's the hero that Gotham needs. So, but
But you take Rondo because I know Rondo's going around in
I
circles.
wouldn't mind Rondo either. Limited resume, but I wouldn't mind. I mean, if you're gonna kick the tires on the guy that's like an unproven commodity, I wouldn't mind Rondo because he has got the respect of his peers. He's a guy that can relate to the players, and he's a championship winning guy as a player and as a point guard too. And he can tell you from being the guy for a team and also a guy that was a good, productive role player. So um, he said, "My bad. I was looking for someone to educate me like Kobe, LeBron, and Jordan." Fans, I ain't seen y'all talking. I seen y'all talking about basketball. Nah, you good, bro. I mean, that's what we're doing. But like this episode is just primarily us recapping the first round, and yeah, there'll be more episodes. But if you want to stick around, the next subject will be one that will be very entertaining because with us talking about teams that faded in the first round, We got to talk about a team that the time might be up as far as their dynasty and championship window. So as we go into the second segment, Warriors dynasty discussion time, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not been keeping up, obviously, uh, Warriors missed the postseason, couldn't get out of the play-in tournament. Blame it on whatever, but it's pretty obvious that there are going to be some changes coming in the Bay Area with the Golden State Warriors. Obviously, you got the aging Steph Curry. You got Jimmy Butler that's been out due to injury. Draymond Green is the time to move on from him. And then the biggest elephant in the room is, do you bring Steve Kerr back? So if you all are there still with us in the chat, be sure to answer your question and your thoughts on if you feel that the Warriors dynasty is officially over, or do we think that there is still time for Sir Steph Curry to continue? But Zay, we got a lot of motion going on with the Warriors, man. But is it really time? It's time for us to go case by case on the pieces to their puzzle. So obviously, first step is with the star man. Do we think that whichever way they decide to go, we're bringing Kerr back, Draymond, Jimmy Butler possibly. Do we think Steph Curry has finally seen his official last shot at the championship? Do we
As it's
think?
currently constructed, yeah, like not enough youth. Draymond isn't Draymond anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of running his mouth, um, like Jimmy would be coming off the ACL. You don't know what you're getting from him. You traded Kuminga. Porzingis isn't going to be a long term option.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Moses Moutier is not going to be Moody. Is not going to be a long
Mm-hmm.
term answer. Uh, it's going to be. It's going to take a rebuild, and Steph is already what 36, 37.
38,
So
if I remember correctly. I'm gonna
yeah,
confirm that real
so
fast. Yep.
it's not going to be. I don't see like the fall off coming from his production
Mm-hmm.
directly.
Yep.
Even though it will come. Father Time is undefeated. Even if you
Mm-hmm.
want to compare it to Braun, because even Braun's time will come.
Yep.
But as it's currently constructed, I don't see a finals run.
Yep.
I don't know how they would get there. Even if they were to pull off a trade and add Giannis, I don't think that's enough. Not in the West, especially.
Sheesh.
So, and then I don't know if Kerr actually still wants to fully coach. He's had health issues.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I would lean more towards it being over, but all good things got to come to an end. Like you said, 37, 38 years old. How long
Yep.
do you expect him to be a top 5 or 10 point guard in NBA?
Mm-hmm.
All great things come to an end. So
Indeed, man. Obviously, Father Time not on his side. He's 38 years old, and granted, he's in the best position possible as a 38-year-old because one thing in the league, the last thing to go with an athlete or especially a basketball player is the ability to shoot that shot. When your game's predicated on athleticism, your body does break down naturally over time. When your game is predicated on, getting to the line, taking bumps and bruises, that also shortens your runway as a player in general. You know, it's it's one of those things where you got to figure this out and figure out what the next steps is. But you definitely have a tough decision to make as to if you're going to run it back with this current iteration or what moves you got to make. But the writing's on the wall. If you ask me, I think it's over no matter which way you spin it. I don't see a path forward with them making any moves, like you said, even if they bring in a Giannis, because he's obviously the number one ticket available out there, or you could keep this thing rolling. I mean, let's be honest. Like you said, Klay, I mean not Klay, but Dre's not Dre anymore. He's definitely taken a major step back. You basically packed up Klay Thompson, and what you kind of got off the Klay Thompson move before he declined, as he went out to Dallas and all that. You got that piece of it. You obviously got them failing Jonathan Kuminga and not developing him, which is my biggest reason why Steve Kerr should not also be at the top of people's list as a guy that you want to bring in as a head coach. I don't want him in Orlando as well because the Jonathan Kuminga debacle clearly shows as to why he, and I don't care what nobody say, bro. Steve Kerr as a head coach of a team is not a long term answer. He had his window. but the guy proved that he inherited a ready-made contending machine when Mark Jackson was there, and he got the best out of that. But when it came time to start preparing for when Klay was going to be on the decline, when Dre was going to be on the decline, with some of those key guys that was a part of your championship core were going to fade, like Andre Iguodala, like Sean Livingston, all those guys. When those guys was going to fade out, you needed guys to be ready to go, and Jonathan Kuminga should have been at the top of that list, especially with the way they were able to get something out of Andrew Wiggins. But Andrew Wiggins was already an established veteran, they failed Jonathan Kuminga. They did not give any efforts, which he might have been a bust anyway, but they didn't give no efforts to try to develop. Um, what's my man's name that they drafted there a few years back? Big man, James Wiseman. They gave no efforts to try to help develop him. They needed the 7-footer. I mean, Wiseman's skill set was limited, but they didn't try to give him a chance to develop him either.
His skill set wasn't limited coming in. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was number one player in the nation, and it was for a reason coming out of high school.
Exactly.
But injuries mixed with, you could say, a lack of wanting to develop because they were ready to win then. But at the same time, ever since Wiseman has left, he hasn't developed anywhere he's gone. So
Right.
it also may be a Wiseman issue, not just a Golden State issue. Unless you want to go the route of Golden State broke him. But then at the same time, do you want someone that's that mentally weak? Do you want to invest in somebody like that?
Right.
So if that's the angle you want to go.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly it. But no, I mean Steve Kerr has not proven the ability that he can develop young talent and get the best out of young talent as well too. I mean you see the core group of guys they got right now and their upsides has been limited. They've constantly tried to just bring in, recycle parts of the NBA to try to fit into their scheme and make it work. I mean they tried to bring in Buddy Hield thinking that was going to solve the Klay Thompson issue, and that clearly did not work, or at least effectively enough either. They try to bring in Jimmy Butler literally right here at the back end, but of course, Father Time and the injury bug bit him as well too. So it's one of those things where, um, they just got to figure out where they're going to go with it in general. So, he said, "How do you, in your opinion, define a dynasty? The Spurs dynasty span from '89 or '99 to 2014." Yeah, I mean, essentially, because they constantly found ways to retool. They got the longest mileage out of their guys. They extended. I mean, granted, they were the they were the godfathers of the load management piece. In general. So it's one of those things where they were able to be a dynasty. They couldn't win consecutively every year, but they were constantly in contention. They utilized and they got the best out of their young guys. I mean, when it was time to transition and hand things over to the Kawhi Leonards of the world, that was their thing. So they did their thing as far as extending the window out of their core and got the most out of their core. Until it was time for guys to start retiring and moving on in general. So no, I mean, the Spurs definitely did their thing in general. So he said, like El Shannon, forget that dude in the Laker jersey. I'll be back if y'all still recording. I'm gonna find a GOAT debate. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. We appreciate it. That's hilarious. I know that just fans, my
You can't
boys.
you can't talk about a GOAT debate and bring up Magic.
What? Greatest point guard of all time, though, Zay?
I said GOAT
I
of
know.
all time. Don't put a position on it. That's two separate conversations.
It is, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
And then you bring up a team accomplishment like he didn't have the greatest center of all time. Like he didn't get to that final by himself. I understand that
Oh yeah.
he went down in the Western Conference Finals, but that's the naivete of you to say that. And then you can't be like, oh, 28-20. He was 20. He wasn't 28-20, but it is what it is.
Yep.
It is what it is. Like, so if you're gonna quote a stat, quote it right.
No doubt. Nah, I
But
mean, Magic is arguably the greatest point guard of all time. But I
arguably,
mean, it's just one of those things where I just you can't. He didn't do enough, and he just wasn't that like versatile of a guy. You know what I mean, from the talent standpoint, to just be right there in that goal conversation. That's just where I'm going with it. So if you're the best QB in you see now you're reaching talking about two different sports. Quarterbacks are more impactful on the game when it comes to winning championships than what point guards are in the NBA. You know what I mean? I mean, just look at how the Shaq and Kobe Lakers won. I mean, neither one of those guys were point guards. They didn't necessarily have guys that quarterback their offense. Their ball handling and facilitation was done by committee. They ran their offense through Shaq, and Kobe was the number two guy on those teams. He had moments where he did that. So, yeah. Yeah, Tom Brady did have Randy Moss, but hell, he lost both Super Bowls he had with Randy Moss. So where's that argument going?
Never won a championship with
He
Randy.
didn't win a championship with Randy Moss. So come on, bro. That's a terrible analogy right there. Yeah, I read it. I mean, I've been keeping up. I just didn't post everything that you said. Um, but not Magic Johnson is not the GOAT, man. I mean, I get it. You might be a dedicated guy and he's a GOAT, but like, nah, Magic Johnson's just not a GOAT, man. Like he's not. I'm not putting him above. Hell, I'm not putting him above his teammate. I'm not putting him. I would take Kareem in that conversation over Magic Johnson. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Magic is that dude. He's the best point guard to ever do it. But like, it's two different things. I'm not saying that Shaq never had Kobe. I didn't say that. What I said was that their offense at the time when it was him and Kobe together, their offense was ran through the post primarily. That was the triangle offense base. They ran it through the post. Every time they went off script is when they had friction. But shit, even going to that championships that Kobe won, they didn't have a definitive point guard on their team. They didn't have a guy that was facilitating. They did it ball handling by committee. I mean, hell, look at what Lamar Odom did for him. He wasn't a point guard. He was a point forward. And dare I not throw Lamar Odom in the conversation as like a GOAT, even having like two championships. Like, come on, you know. He said, "What's the stat? Sure, 1991 without Kareem. I mean, yeah, he did that, but did he? Hold on. Try 1991. When did the Bulls get their first championship? In 1991, right? If I remember
Mm-hmm.
that correctly. So,
Yep.
they beat the Pistons, but like they beat the Pistons in the 1991. No, they beat the Pistons in 1990, and everyone's that. No, they didn't beat them in 1990. Pistons won. So yeah, I mean, where are we going with that? 1991, like he didn't win a championship that year. So like, where are we going with that? You know, um, he said Chickens with a buzzer beater in the quarter. So, I mean, the Magic Johnson did his thing, but like that's not going to help the GOAT argument. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jordan won. Like Magic, when was his last title that they won? What was the last one in 80? What?
It was like 89.
89? Or it had
So
no, it was in 88 because they beat the Pistons in their
yeah,
first.
88. Yeah, but then they
Yep.
lost
So
Pistons, and then
Pistons won two, and then
Chicago.
yep. So I mean, like, Magic was a part of the picture in the 80s. He was a part of that, but like he played with arguably the best center of all time, bro. You know what I mean? Like he had a very limited second act. Like without Kareem, he if I'm understanding it, without Kareem he didn't win a title. Are we, like I mean, yeah, he got that one like early on, but like without Kareem, no title. Is it safe to say that? And Kareem's in that conversation for goats. So
Yep.
I hear you there, bro. But like again, like okay, so if we're gonna go that route, like that's like saying that like LeBron James definitively was like the best player in the league in 2007 when he got to the finals. And had no legit co-star, but they got broomed by the Spurs. Like, people don't even go back to that year because they know good and damn well the East was watered down at that point, and there's a reason why they got broomed by the Spurs. You know what I mean? Like, he hadn't arrived yet. But in Magic's case, like, he was in the picture in 91, but they lost to the Bulls. Like, he was doing his thing, but they went down. So, yeah. But we're going way off subject here as far as what we were planning on talking about in general. But yeah, like, yeah, he was, but like Kareem was also not still had the most points scored in an all time, bro. Like that record was just recently broken by LeBron James, and he had that record for so long without shooting a 3-point shot. I mean, come on, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? You know. LeBron was pushed so hard after that. What you mean? Like, yeah. I hear you, bro. We're gonna have to make sure you tune in for when we talk more about like the Lakers and all time goats and all that stuff. But yeah. But nonetheless, getting back on task here with the Warriors and where they go from here. So, um, Zay, what is the next steps in your opinion for the Warriors? I mean, obviously, you got a very limited window with Steph Curry as far as like what's gonna happen for the long haul. And really, you probably got maybe like what 2 more like elite years potentially out of Curry at best, because father time and injuries are going to kick in.
I'll
If you're
say
the Warriors
at
GM,
most
where do
two
you?
years. At
Yep.
most 2 years elite. I would say one, realistically.
Okay.
That'd be my prediction.
Yep.
But it also depends how you look at elite because I don't think the shooter's going to go, but the playmaking, the ball handling,
Mm-hmm.
ability to get to the bucket, that's going to start to dwindle down. Uh, everybody can't be Braun. So,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Agreed, money. But yeah, we're definitely back
yeah,
on subject now. So.
yeah. So, but
Oh shit.
but yeah, it has to be a rebuild, and
Mm-hmm.
I'd go ahead and tear it down. Like Kerr, go ahead and retire. I don't think Kerr's going to coach again. Um,
You think he's officially done?
yeah, I think he'll be done. Draymond, if he wants to play, go play in Memphis. Uh,
Remember nigga everywhere I go. Remember nigga where I
so
go. Remember nigga everywhere I go.
yeah, so
Oh shit.
I would tear it down, start over. Hopefully you luck up with with the draft lottery. You know, we've seen someone with odds similar end up with the first overall pick that they're going to have.
What were you telling?
Um, so
Shit, my
Chicago,
squad is from it. Huh?
like, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, they need an injection, but I don't know if they stand pat and draft at like 13, 14, how you get out of it unless they trade that for someone a proven
Mm-hmm.
commodity right now. So,
Yep.
and like I said, I don't know if Giannis is enough. So,
Nah, I concur. I think the right move logically is I don't see a path forward even with you getting Jimmy Butler back. Like, and even if you do, it's a one shot deal at this point because again, like Father Time is going to eat them alive potentially in one season. So I mean, you got maybe like I said, 2 effective years potentially left out of Curry realistically before you start seeing signs of decline. But bottom line, he is incapable of carrying a franchise at the rate that he used to be able to previously. And the one guy that was a difference maker, which we'll be talking about on the final segment here, he's reached his point as well. He can only do so much. His age is starting to show as well because he's been the backbone of their franchise, of Draymond Green, for so long. But at this point, it's kind of like you're not overtaking any of those top teams in the West right now. I think your logical move is to go the rebuild route. I don't think there's no way to retool at all whatsoever. You know what I mean? So we'll see about the Warriors. But in our final segment, we have arrived to us to discuss the Unsung Heroes Volume 2. And it's centered around one of the guys that was a key piece of the franchise we were just discussing in the Golden State Warriors, and that is Sir Draymond Green. So that's the time for us to really talk about him because there's been some stuff in the media here of late about whether he is simply a system product or a dynasty glue guy in general. I mean, if you have not been paying attention, I mean, there's been back and forth with, I mean, it's been going on for a minute, but like really more recently, there was a spicy little back and forth between him and Austin Rivers, who Austin Rivers is now a commentator, I do believe, for NBC and Peacock now, if I remember
yep.
correctly, as well,
Yep.
about, who was the better, well, like not who was the better, but like guys that were major beneficiaries from circumstances and systems. And obviously, Draymond called out Austin, about being basically being a nepo baby and getting the biggest bailout in history as a player. From his father giving him a contract. Making sure he was signed when he was the head coach of the Clippers. And then Austin Rivers, taking the exception to that and calling Draymond basically the biggest beneficiary, playing alongside, the greatest shooter of all time and arguably the second greatest shooter of all time in the system that allowed him to basically not be all, productive on offense, basically just being a facilitator, defender, and all that. So, yeah, so spending the block your own money. So he said, my humble opinion, Warriors need to build for the future without letting Curry walk and transition to a new era, and it has to be done without Steve Kerr. I think that's exactly it, man. I think given that again, going back to that, 'cause I mean, we're gonna see how well my belief in Jonathan Kuminga's career is, in the next year with the couple years with the Hawks. So, but I think just given how that deteriorated and that did not work out, that was the sign of they need to get ready to go in a different direction from the coaching standpoint. If they're really going to do that, and it just might be time for Steph, man. I mean, there's just no realistic, and you're not trading the guy away. I mean, he means too much to the franchise. You know what I mean, to do that. So but yeah, that's kind of where we're at. But let's get back to Draymond Green here being the true unsung hero of the franchise as well. Zay, how do you like? Obviously, Curry is Curry, but as far as being an impact to their dynasty, would you say he was the second most important piece of that puzzle, above Steve Kerr's impact or above Klay Thompson's impact? Where would you rank if you out of those four pieces to the puzzle? Where would you rank Draymond's impact there with that team?
Draymond was the engine, and Draymond is the heart and soul of that team. But he's the glue guy until he wasn't. So glue guy into the ego got too big. He's the reason that KD left. He is. He's the reason that Jordan Poole left. He was supposed to be the predecessor.
I forgot about Jordan Poole that fast, bro. Damn.
So, and Jordan Poole was a pivotal part of that title.
Of that 2022 run, yeah, you're right.
So, like, he was the heart and soul. And we do live in a space where both sides can be right with their comments, right? So, I just said it Nepo earlier, right?
Yeah, right.
So you can say he's a Nepo baby because he got a 4-year, $42 million deal. Right. That's cool. But at the same time, if I'm not mistaken, Austin Rivers was averaging about 13 a game.
He was.
And that was about the going rate for someone giving you 13, 14 a night off the bench. And that was a secondary primary. So you can call that all you want. You're just trying to be insulting. That's perfectly fine, Draymond.
Yep.
But he's also right with saying you are the luckiest NBA player ever. Like, you were a second round pick. You fell into a system where you didn't have to be the guy. You never were the main option on the offensive side. So I think they're both right, and they both have points to a degree, but I feel Draymond was more emotional based because, like, when you start going back to, well, we averaged the same in high school, it's like you grabbing at straws. Like, I can like Kenny Gregory was better than you. I can say Kenny Gregory was better than Draymond in high school. Like, if you're from the city and what he was at Kansas, like, I can say that. Like, But we talking about high school. If that's the case, Pat Bev, like, is he better than you? Because he averaged 37 in high school. You get what I'm saying? Like, the high school doesn't matter.
True.
Like, the high school doesn't matter once you get to the NBA ring. And everybody in the NBA,
you did in college, you're right.
Yeah, everybody in the NBA is good. Everybody in the NBA, they fall into a role and they sacrifice for the betterment of a team. Like, when you're in the NBA, all right, when you're an NBA player, you'll bust anybody's ass at your local Y. Like,
big facts.
That's as much as I didn't like Luke Walton. I was like, I beat that motherfucker 1-on-1. Not a chance in fucking hell. Right? Not a chance in fucking hell.
Right.
Anyone in the NBA is gonna bust your ass at your local Y.
And people got to remember that.
Yeah. So you can't even compare that, right? So yeah, you were a 20. I think he was a 20-point scorer in college.
Who was this? Draymond?
Draymond at his last year at Michigan State. If he wasn't, he was real close. He was real close. Like, he was important at Michigan State and important to their runs. And I think he averaged about 20 his senior year. But this also goes to my point. It's a difference from when
close enough. He averaged a double, 16, 10. Yeah, I mean, shit, that's pretty goddamn productive, bro.
Yeah, like, he's very productive, and that's fine, right?
Damn, double. Yeah.
But there's also a difference from being drafted after your rookie year versus you being a 4-year guy in college. Like, usually when you're a 4-year guy in today's time that makes reference to you not being that great of a talent or not having much upside. That's why you stay in college that long. So Austin came out after 1 year. Austin was a lottery pick.
Mm-hmm.
Austin was asked to do more than you were ever asked to do on the offensive side of the ball. And I would say that without looking it up, that Austin probably isn't too far off from your career like average
Mm-hmm.
in points per game. Yeah, you got the rings, you got the better NBA career, but you can say that Austin has the better individual season. Like he was asked to be the guy, buzzer beaters at Duke, and
Right.
was the man, was the offense, and you were never truly the offense at Michigan State, but you were a vital part to Izzo's system.
Mm-hmm.
And you had some deep and deep tourney runs. But you also weren't a first round pick, and that was for a reason. And yes, you are a Hall of Famer. Can't take that away from you.
Mm.
So
So you're saying he's a Hall of Fame lock? Because I was going to bring that question up there.
yes,
So
yeah, Draymond's a lot for the Hall of Fame. Like it's not even debatable.
okay.
Like him, Klay, Steph, lot.
Yeah, I mean, even if, I mean, which I think it would be insulting if they simply brought them in as like like a team, like they basically enshrine certain teams in as Hall of Famers or whatnot. But
Yeah, like you also got to remember, like there's no such thing as the NBA Hall of Fame. It's basketball. It's the
big facts,
basketball Hall of
really.
Fame.
Yep.
So, like Andrew Bogut is gonna be a Hall of Famer. Like he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. Like international play,
Oh yeah,
his
for
college.
sure.
Like
Yep.
Andrew Bogut's gonna be a Hall of Famer. So you also play with Bogut. He's gonna be a Hall
Yep.
of Famer. Iguodala is probably gonna be a Hall of Famer. Like
Yep.
you
should
played with
be.
about
Yeah.
6 Hall of Famers. Because it's a basketball Hall of Fame, not a NBA Hall of Fame.
Yep.
So you play with like 6 other Hall of Famers. You should
Yep.
have the amount of rings that you had when you play with 6 Hall of Famers. So
Yeah.
it is what it is, my boy. Like hell, you didn't win with one, but Jimmy's borderline Hall of Famer. Like borderline.
Talking about Jimmy Butler.
Borderline. You know, his playoff runs is going to help him
Yeah,
get votes to be a Hall of Famer.
I
Like
think so. Well, let me say
like
this,
not
'cause
first ballot, not second ballot, like down the line. Like
he would
his
get in
people
because
eventually.
yeah,
Like
he would get in. Because I think between like I mean, if you put it this way, if you're going to give a Grant Hill a Hall of Fame nod, you got to put it at Jimmy Butler. I love Grant Hill. We all know his overall impact on the game of basketball at all three levels. Even though his NBA career was not what it was supposed to be, but I think Jimmy Butler would be considered for the Hall of Fame. Like you said, given those runs out of the finals, being the first guy, at the birth of the play-in tournament, being one of the first, the first guy to get his team through the play-in tournament and then all the way to the finals. You know what I mean? So, like, I think you definitely have to take that into consideration as well, too. So, yeah, you probably add Jimmy Butler to that list of guys that Draymond played with as well, too. So, but I mean, we definitely will give Draymond his flowers, man. I mean, clearly the Warriors, while they might have been able to do what they did from the scoring standpoint, you don't get there with like his impact defensively. You know what I mean? So all the energy, the antics, the nonsense, and you already know what us talking about that bet, the biggest moment in history. While he showed up and his boys didn't in that Game 7 in 2016 against the Cavs, you know, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you don't go that far without you know you just don't get that far without Draymond Green in general, man. He's the definition of like the unsung hero. Because I mean, as quiet as it's kept, I mean, are the Splash Brothers as impactful without the facilitation of Draymond Green and him being installed as the point forward for their team? So I mean, because they were the team that made small ball basketball like the thing for a hot second in the league. I mean, they took the whole concept of stretching the floor, going 4 out, or even in some cases 5 out. Like they gave birth to what we do on 2K now with 5 out and every damn thing and shit. 1 through 5 being able to shoot. So no, I gotta give Draymond Green his flowers, man. He's the definition of the unsung hero. And I too agree. I mean, all those Defensive Player of the Year awards, you got to put him in there. You got the impact on the finals, and there's ever a guy that while he can't stop LeBron James, let's just be clear about that. He cannot stop him, but he can be the ultimate irritant, And if all else fails, hit him below the belt or
Put a
kick him
kick to the
below the
groin.
belt.
Put a little kick to the groin won't hurt.
Stomp to the chest. Man, he Draymond has no problem giving people the Kurt Franklin stomp treatment. But nah, man, for all his antics and stuff, man, like I know, the whole Charles Barkley triple single nonsense and all that other bullshit, man. Gotta get Draymond his flowers, man. He's definitely the definition of an unsung hero. But we'll see if his journey continues with the Warriors. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens this summer. But yeah, I think we're in. I think we all had agreement that the Warriors dynasty is probably at its end, and there's going to have to be something that is born out of this for the future. But logically, it's time to tear it down. The Death Star has officially been, well, I ain't gonna say destroyed because they could be foolish and give it one more year, but the Death Star is on life support. Let's just say that in Golden State. So
Hey, really, ain't no such thing as being off topic with the way the chat been going today.
boy, chat been crazy
Not,
today.
chat ain't been crazy. One motherfucker.
Hey man, it could be the hero that got them these, man. Well, at one point it was for fighting good back and forth comments, but
It was never that. Like he tried, like he went from JB and JT to Magic Johnson. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like,
oh shit. But really saying that the Spurs could win with the right players. I mean, yeah, right now, I mean they're at the genesis of what could be a long run, man. They're definitely heading in the right direction. They just need to continue making the right moves, letting their guys develop, and do not be one of these dumbass teams that blows it up. But that's not the Spurs' DNA. They are a family operation. They keep it moving forward. But go ahead, Zay, before we get ready to close up.
really,
Oh
I'm not gonna
shit!
say that. I'm not gonna say that.
Say what?
Right? What he just said. Like, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Wait a minute. He said we don't think there'll be. Hang on, let me bring that back up because maybe I misread that. This may be off topic, but I don't think there will be another team that would. Oh,
The reason why,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
if Jalen Williams don't miss all that time he had this year,
Mm-hmm.
you got to remember, OKC started the season off at 23-1.
Yeah.
They got the capability of threatening for that. Like, especially if Chet continues to progress offensively, and then somehow in this fucking lottery, the luck of the ball drops, and they fuck around with a top 8 pick. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling you.
Oh my god! That's what I said, bro. And just so we clear, and I'm gonna even put our name up there one more time. The Chris Logic Podcast is a firm endorsement of Sam Presti as the greatest general manager in the NBA of all time. Because, buddy, you never seen a guy lose Hall of Famers for next to nothing and bounce back that quick with plenty of war assets still at his disposal as he is running the show for the #1 franchise in the NBA right now. So, yeah. But nah, OKC's definitely coming for that record, bro.
They can threaten it. They can threaten it before the Spurs. Even though the Spurs nucleus, Wemby go be special, y'all. Well, not go be special. Wemby is special.
He's already there, bro. But
Wemby
here's the
is
thing: he ain't even hit his prime yet. He ain't even hit his prime.
I don't think he's close to his prime. That's
what I'm saying. Yeah, bro. Like a little bit more bulk, man. Like just scary, bro. Like dude's unstoppable. Like right now, and yeah, shit.
Like Wemby is already in record books and has played 6 playoff games. He's already in. He's already in the playoff record books twice.
Mm-hmm.
Highest scoring debut for rookie. I mean for playoff debut.
Mm-hmm.
No, not the highest scoring. What is it? It was something with his debut. was it the highest scoring center debut
I think
in the
so.
playoffs? And then most blocks and score.
Like,
A
bro,
triple
like,
double. Like
shit.
like it's ridiculous, bro. Like
It's definitely gonna be interesting to see how that all goes out with the Spurs. They got a long road ahead.
because with the Spurs, we can talk all this Wemby talk, but Stephon Castle is also special.
And he definitely ain't even close to his prime, brother. Like he's the bona fide like number 2 for that franchise, bro. Like,
Which is crazy because De'Aaron Fox being a third option is crazy.
fucking insane, right? Fucking insane. But do they bring him back after this offseason? I heard that his contract might. No. He signed an extension, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. He's locked for a couple years.
That's right. I thought.
If I'm a point guard, I ain't leaving that. I ain't leaving Wemby if I'm a point guard. Fuck out of here.
Hey, I'm cool. Hey, you got a big dog. Let me do my thing. You do your thing. You know.
Yeah, I'm about to hire money as a moderator. About to get this man admin rates. Shut it down.
Shut it down, big fella. Shut it down. Basically, so. Yeah, but on that note, y'all, we appreciate you tapping in, man. We have officially reached the end of this current episode of number 58, Chris Logic Podcast, Grand Closing. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to us on all platforms as we continue our march and our road to 100 episodes as well. We definitely had to take a break from football, as it looks like we didn't quite hit the 2-hour mark. Well, we didn't get done at the 2-hour mark, but we not as long as
And that wasn't 3.
Yeah,
it wasn't 3.
Nah, that didn't flirt no 3. And are you talking about my fifth cousin, Donovan Mitchell? That ain't gonna happen. That's one thing Donovan Mitchell gonna do. He gonna get them buckets, bro. That boy good. And I better not hear no. You must be crazy, because But nonetheless, we appreciate y'all rocking in, man. Shout out to all the newcomers and everybody that stuck around here. He said, "Come up here in that BS, you gonna get done like Raheem." Damn, bro, not Raheem. Shit. Damn, we can't just like kick him out the club, man. Beat that ass. You talking bang bang? Damn, that's tough, bro. Should getting that Bishop treatment.
Hit him up.
West side? Nah, I ain't doing all that, bro. But Zay, you got anything for the folks, man, before we get out of here, so we can go pay these bills?
Same message as always, man. Continue to rock with us. Continue to vibe with us. Jump in with the movement. Don't be a delusional ass lost soul like someone that we had today. So
hey, man, we need that though, man.
Be constructive. Like at least talk about what we talking about. He had his own fucking conversation, which is crazy. So like he was talking to himself.
Yeah. No doubt.
Like that's crazy. But like I said, continue to rock with us. Continue to pour into us as we pour into you guys. We love you guys. Love the support. Road to 100. And hey, we just getting started, man. So let's get it locked and loaded.
Yep, and then one more time, man, before we get out of here, man. I had a major false start at the stop. I did get a chance to play our anthem, but we're going to shut ourselves down, man, and we're going to get the anthem up here for the people one time, man, and we're going to holler at y'all in the next episode. But one time for the folks, man. I'm going to let it rip one time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Turn it up. Let it play. Let it play. Game time talk. Lock in with Frost and Zay. Yeah. Tip off, kick off, pregame flame. Box score brain with the sideline slang. Film room vision from the couch. They coach, coop, take, hot stat. That's a Chris combo. Fourth and short, they going for it. Press break, full court, can you score it? From the barbershop chat to the big screen plot, they break it all down, every angle, every spot. Welcome to the Chris Logic Podcast, where the beat hit first, but the facts still last. Frost on the mic, Zay talk that talk, from the chalk to the pot, they calling every shot. Welcome to the Chris Logic Podcast, where the crowd get loud when they run it all back. If you love that grind, you gon' feel this way. Turn it up, lock in with Frost and Zay. Overtime stories, buzzer beater nights. Trade rumors running through the timeline. Hype draft daydreams. Who's the next one up? They wait every word like a trophy cup. Red zone reads. Who's clutch? Who fall? Legends getting told like the banners in gold. From playing hope to the Super Bowl stage, they paint that picture page by page. Welcome to the Chris Logic Podcast, where the beat hit first, but the facts still stay. Frost on the mic, they talk that talk from the chalk to the park. They call in every shot. Welcome to the Chris Logic Podcast, where the crowd get loud when they run that show. If you ride for the game, you gon' feel this flame. Turn it up, tap in with Frost and Zay. New week, new smoke. What's next? What's next? High seat, bold take, no takes. No take. You can hear that grind in the breath they take. Every word, every pause, every point they make. Welcome to the Chris Logic Podcast, where the beat hit first, but the facts still last. Frost on the mic, they talk that talk from the chalk to the park. They call in every shot. Welcome to the Chris Logic Podcast, where the crowd get loud when they run it all back. If you live this sport, you gon' press play. Turn it up, ride out with Frost and Zay. Frost and Zay. Turn it up.
All right. And on that note, my good people, we will holler at y'all on the next episode of the Chris Logic Podcast. Y'all be easy out there. We'll holler.